So I always think that if we want to attract the new generation, the next generation, it's not so much about age, it's rather is this person able to connect to that next generation?
I think that people are really starting to have a little bit more respect for people that are training well over their, 50s, 60s, because that's just really what the trend is right now.
I tell you why I wanted to ask the question, because when I was preparing for this thing, I was like, here I'll ask Lula's age, and then I thought like, oh, wait up, like I'm not sure if I'm allowed to ask her age, right?
I knew when you said we was going to talk about age, I knew you was going to be asking me questions. I knew it.
Hey there, you are watching Rise Reactions, the show where we dive deeper into the search for the ultimate trainers, brought to you by Adidas Training. My name is Bas, and today I'm sitting down with 5 incredible trainers: Lula, Dan, Eileen, Bronte, Seb. And together we're going to react to episode 5 of the show already. But here's the twist. I've seen the episode already. They have not. So I came in prepped with some fun, thought-provoking questions that I'm going to ask them throughout the entire show. So if you're here because you love some powerful human stories, or you just want to get to know these people a little bit better, you've clicked the right video. I'm excited. Let's dive right in today. Team, today we are going to talk about ego, injuries, age, and much more. Anything you would like to add to this agenda?
Let's just have fun.
Let's just dive in then. This is Rise, the search for the ultimate trainer, episode 5. Let's go. Okay, speaking about a good lineup, that looked like a good lineup.
Up to a point.
Look like, get it.
Yes, Cole.
Haven't done the thing that says, okay, you have fulfilled your potential.
You're going to want to do it for the right reasons. And sure, there's a little bit of ego because you want to be the very best at it.
It may be carrying injuries that we don't know about.
We'll take you here. You've got to go there.
Nice.
You don't step into somebody else's space because you want the limelight on you.
At this level, it's tough.
Yeah.
But I think we all are agreed.
Yeah.
Our BodyCombat.
That's nearly 2 years ago now.
Hey, Dan, I want to stop it right there. Then we hear you say you got to do it for the right reasons. What are the right reasons?
It would be good to hear what the context was. It's quite a generalized question. I think the right reasons are the things that most genuinely and authentically sit with you. So if I think about like, why am I doing this? Whether it's, coaching presenters, mentoring presenters, beautiful people on the podcast, or just in my everyday classes, everybody turns up to fitness for their own reason. And our role is to motivate them, whatever that may be. And that's really genuine to me. And I think I always anchor myself in that. And that's right, rather than I'm doing this because I'm going to ... So yeah, I think that's quite special. Not too sure where it was going with that, but yeah.
I think you were relating to being in it for the right reason as a presenter. Presenters need to be in it for the right reasons.
Yeah. If I think about the audience, it's always the audience's reaction. So being in the right reason, I'm in that room for them. And to me, that's the right reason. Like, not all the people know that. Yeah, before even getting into the fitness industry, I used to be a diamond setter, right? And
who knew that? I didn't know that.
Did you not? Yeah.
No, that's amazing.
Oh yeah, I used to set diamonds and rings, right? Wow. And there was this opportunity where I could have been a firefighter, or I could have been an oil rig worker, or I could have done my exercise to music. Yeah. And I actually really wanted to be work on oil rigs because the money was amazing.
It's
right?
good.
But so was diamond setting.
Yeah.
But none of that was the right reason. For me, I wasn't drawn into that. It didn't. I wasn't really surrounded by other like-minded people around health and fitness, and I had uncles and great uncles and grandfather that diabetes, and they were boxers, and and I always vowed to myself that I would live my life like I'd anchor myself in health. Maybe that's where I come from with regards to the right reasons. I mean, because I still feel very passionate about that.
Nice.
I always like what Dan says. Like Dan always says, I always love this. He goes, "What's right for you is right for you."
And that can just, it's applicable to anything. I really do love that.
I think where I'm leaning with this question is like we've all worked with so many people, and with some people it feels like while we all sort of kind of feel like, okay, they are in it for the right reason, what the right reasons are not really defined, right? It might be slightly different from what I think are right reasons than what you think are right reasons. So it's interesting. We all feel it. And I think it might have to do something when we feel that with this choice of being a presenter, we're trying to serve others in a way rather than just serving ourselves. Is there
I think
something?
that's so true. Like we get the joy as well through the happiness and the energy that we see on the participants. So
Yeah.
when Dan says like it's about the community, it's about the people in there,
Yeah.
I feel exactly the same. I think like all of us, we can relate into that we move, and when we start seeing like all the people like having that joy, like
Nice.
they want to keep going, that's the fuel that we get as well from there.
Nice. Then later on, you also say, of course, there's a bit of ego. So we also know that doing this job, we also do this for ourselves, obviously. But it's maybe that balance between doing something for yourself and doing something for others, and where that balance lies. Yeah. Let's keep watching. This is already interesting. If you ask me.
Oh my gosh, Lula, did we go there?
Oh man!
Is that you both?
Oh my gosh,
Yeah, that's you
We
both.
were talking about hair products.
hair products. Get me that Brazilian shipped over, Lula.
Yes.
Go from the hotel rehearsal studio.
Isn't that such a beautiful spot so close to the city there?
So nice.
It's a really nice walk there.
really cool.
Oh shit!
I gotta fit in the clothes.
Why's my leg pop like this?
Because this is not regular, and this is not.
That place is so magical.
What did I
You go there,
say?
and you disconnect a little bit from what's happening.
Isn't it? But that's the thing. I'm trying to be more present in the moment this time round. Last year, I had a lot
Nice.
going on back home. This time, I'm like, I don't have that now, so I want to be more present and fully submerge myself in this experience, knowing that
I forgot about that day.
What did we film? What filming was that?
I think this was BodyCombat 100 around that time.
Yeah.
100, like that huge build-up.
Yeah.
For that.
That
It's
was.
gonna be
Oh.
done. Like we would have both filmed Pump, and
That was 2 years ago now, right?
I'm tired.
That was 2 years ago.
Be tired because next week you can sleep.
And I want to stop it right here
Yes.
as well.
Yes,
We were kind of
Spotlight.
talking over
Next
it,
week you can
Lula
sleep.
and Bronte. We were kind of
about hair
talking over it. We're still kind of talking over it.
Sorry.
You were saying during the episode, you were saying you were discussing something that I thought was really interesting. You spoke about making sure that you fit in your clothes and you can't eat nothing. How
Who said that? I said that.
important? Yeah, you said that, Lula. How much pressure is there to look a certain way?
Do you want me to lie? You want me to tell the truth?
Oh, we're getting into
No,
the
please tell the
reality.
truth.
There is a lot of pressure. There is a lot of pressure on physicality. I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. And I think honestly, for me, it's always a stress to wonder what we're wearing, how I'm looking, what we wearing, how many options are there. And then I think the more that I filmed, the more that I was just like, it doesn't really matter. What only really matters is being there for your team and holding your team up, and just what are we saying to instructors around the world? Because really, it's not about us. It's about giving them a tool that they can actually use and go home and use in their home clubs. So I really did have to get over that, and now I'm just like, you know, it is what it is. What we wearing is what we wearing. What my hair do is what my hair do. What the makeup is what the makeup is. Because it's really about the tool that we're creating.
Hey,
At
and
least you
Lula,
can have
where?
a choice with your hair.
What?
At least you get to have choices with your
Yeah,
hair.
yeah, nice, yeah.
Oh, Dan.
Dan, remember we were in Canada. Dan didn't even know who I was because I actually did my hair. He was like, "Wait, I'm sorry, who is that?"
We're still
that
looking
said
for
that
Lula.
comment?"
Where's Lula? I'm sitting right here. Hey, Lula, where did that pressure come from then? Is that something that is there within Les Mills? Is that something that is there within the fitness industry? Where does it come? Does it come from yourself?
Absolutely. I think it definitely comes from Lula putting pressure on herself to be this thing. You know how when you show up at the gym and you look a certain way, and then let's say you have an off week or an off month or whatever. I mean, for me, it was competing for shows. It was like, I mean, look, the Netherlands release, that was really rough for me because I was just like post show. So it wasn't even like, I wasn't even bringing the Lula to the stage that people were normally seeing because I was post show. And like Dan told me, he was just like, risk versus reward, Lula. I mean, think about it. And I was like, I know he was right, but I wanted to do it. And look what happened. I mean, there was nothing I could do about what my body was doing at the time. And I just vowed like to always have this standard. And it is definitely pressure that I put on me for sure.
How's that for the rest? How is the pressure to look a certain way?
I think the same thing, that we put the pressure on ourselves, because I remember Diana, when we first started being on the GDS, or when we first started filming, she already
GDS
told
is Global Development Squad.
Yeah. So when we first started filming, she told me, Eileen, don't go on a diet right before filming, because then your performance won't peak. So usually what happens when people go on a diet, they are not as strong and fit and have the same performance when they reach the filming, especially with the rehearsal week before. I think it's a pressure we put on ourselves because in the end of the day, it's a work in the fitness industry and we start to compare with other athletes. But at the same time, I think we just want to feel comfortable as much as we can when we are on stage. So we don't have to think about how we're looking in our clothes. So we can be ourselves. And I think it's with all of us, I think we're on the same page here. We have to learn that and to realize that our bodies are made to be unique and to be different. So to learn to stop comparing our bodies to another one.
Nice.
That's beautiful. Yeah.
Then has it changed over the years within the fitness industry or within the company or
with regards to how you look?
Yeah, focus the pressure of looking a certain way.
It's a great question. And I think it's probably there's a level of complexity to that. But if we zoom out for a moment, whether you like it or not, many presenters, they often get caught into that trap of they judge themselves by what the mirror is sort of throwing back at them.
Yeah.
And being a performance athlete, I've always come from a background of performing athlete, i.e., so if I could do 500 press-ups and then the next time I'm only doing 400 and something, to Eileen's point, what's happened there? Have I overtrained? Have I undertrained? Is the recovery not there? Do I have an injury? What was the cause of that? And so I've always anchored myself back down to what you do matters. And so having a real balance of training. And Les Mills and our programs offer all of that. And so if you're new to the product, you're new to the programs, you're thinking, I don't want to look a certain way, or I need to perform a certain way, or I need to train a certain way. We have programs that sort of tick a lot of very different boxes that keep you safe, strong, effective, make you feel good, all those different types of things. But to that point that Lou was saying around the pressure that you put on yourself, like, people will do it. You get swayed in your decisions by things you read and the movies that you watch and those subliminal messages. But my advice always even to the regulars, presenters, instructors out there, if you're brand new into this journey, is performance is key. And so being program specifically fit outweighs that. No one's up on stage, to my understanding, no one's going, whoa, I wonder if we can see their abs. I mean, but are they holding a sidekick? Are they lifting a barbell with great form? Are they holding a pause and they just got this beautiful finesse? They're the things that really stand out.
Nice. So is it more your approach more about like seeing of what the or focusing on what the body is capable of, not just on how it looks?
For me, 100%. Yeah. And that's and now I believe that's something that we teach quite deeply with inside Les Mills. It doesn't stop other people from having that sort of self-judgment and mirror, but that's all part of wisdom as well and experience. And I'm sure at some point everybody's gone through their own type of journey.
Nice. Let's keep watching. Thanks for being so open and honest already at the start, eh? Seeing a little bit of Marlon.
It's all about how can I increase the distance?
Ramada,
already
that's our home in Auckland.
Because every time I
Yeah, yeah.
will be better.
For weeks on end, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to sign up for the membership. You get the points.
Faster.
Do we
What, with
get points in
Ramada?
there?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I found
gosh.
out last time.
My coaching will be more
Didn't know
Yes,
that.
psychic. Yes, space.
clear. I will be more calm,
Yes, Lula.
more collected.
There's the
Come
hair.
on.
And we've
Biceps.
already seen that
And it's not
There you
all
go,
that
Jules.
commitment of Marlon. We spoke about that in the last few episodes as well.
it's genuinely wanting to be the best.
Here it is, Rise. That was the introduction.
That was interesting. Now we go into
The
it.
introduction to the introduction.
Thanks, Air New Zealand.
We are always looking for the best, up to a point. We'll take you here.
Ah, look at you two.
Aline, do you remember that flight? 2 days flying together.
in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild?
My first question is, how do you do that? How does the team at Les Mills get presenters ready for filming?
Yeah, love that. There's a lot of pre-work that goes into what we do. So for everybody listening, we create the product. It goes through rigorous trial and testing. And when it is ready, that material goes out to the presenters so they have it prior to arriving. We never used to do that. Back in the old days, the first time presenters would see or hear any of the material is on the day that they would arrive. And so they're coming, completely unknowing. Now we really give them all the tools to set them up. And taking them to that certain point is helping them in that pre-work phase. And so that's their layering of coaching, their layer 1, their layer 2s, their layer 3s. We give them a baseline, and then they really take their expertise and they bring that alive. And I love how some of the presenters, like all of you, Eileen, Seb, Bronte, Lula, some of the tracks that you have presented that, say, I've personally created, I don't think that I would have been able to get them to that point after seeing how you've taken it to the next level. And as a creator, that just makes me feel like, yes, I'm so proud of you all. It's what you do. Like you
Thanks, Dan.
bring a lot of love and passion and excitement, and you hear things in music or you say a certain sentence structure. And so like we can get you to a certain point and then you take it from there and you run with it. And that's why you're the best of the best. So quick shout out to you. Awesome. Yeah.
Thank you, Dan.
Nice. That's really cool.
I think it's also like big thanks as well, like to the whole creative team. Like when we are in there, as Dan's saying, like we get these feedback sessions, we get these, like coaching sessions as well in separate kind of like rooms and moments. And at the end, I think like I can say it for myself, but I don't know how the group feels in here. We get coaching from Dan, from Rage, from Kylie, from Rob, from everybody. But then we try to bring it kind of like what works the best with our style. Like we identify kind of like how we bring it up. So we are not doing a copy of like what our creatives are like, like bringing to us. It's just like, okay, I learn it, I hear it, now I put it, like with my style on it.
Hey, and is that what you mean? What Seb just explained then with we take the presenters to a certain level, and then they need to take the next step. Is that the next step, making it their own?
Yeah, it has to be believable. It's got to be genuine. And I use the word believable purposely. Belief is really important. Belief in yourself, belief in the product, belief in your skills, belief in your presenting styles. And when you do that, when you have that fusion of our 5 key elements that all come together, as a participant in the class, when you do with such belief, then the things that you say, it really resonates with inside the room.
Nice. We're seeing a lot of BodyCombat 100. Let's watch a little bit more. I think this was the first time when all the presenters came from all over the world to meet each other in the hub.
That was huge.
Yeah, there were so many people. Let's continue watching.
Aw,
I
you
think it was
too.
that time, right?
Best trainers from all around the world.
Then how many presenters were there for that filming? Was it like
This moment.
over 80 or something?
I think it was nearly 100.
Oh, look, like
100.
Jesus.
Ah, okay.
Christ.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Watching.
Marika, Marlon, Gandalf.
Yes, G.
It's so nice when everybody sees each other again, like after such a long time. I love those welcome meetings because everybody's excited and
you. Look how many people are in this room.
I remember that welcome meeting.
Countries we've just come from, and how many years we've been teaching.
So many.
This moment,
Yeah.
right? Does it give you goosebumps? Yeah, it gives me goosebumps.
I was just about to say, I'm getting goosebumps right now.
nice.
Yeah, me too.
It takes you back to that moment.
Yeah.
Because we don't do it enough. So thank you. And have the best time this weekend.
Seb, always on the social media.
Aw.
Oh,
I feel like-
Come on, Dan.
Hey,
You're so good
Rachel
at that
mentions
stuff.
here, think about somebody who inspired you, because and thank them because we don't thank them enough. So short answers only. Who inspired you? Bronte.
For me, it was my first spin instructor, Vicky Banks.
Nice.
Is that short enough?
That's very short.
Yes, Bronte.
I'm thinking about a follow-up question. Eileen.
Probably my trainer, where I did my initial training with, Domenico,
Nice.
because he has a really special way of explaining things and using pictures and language, so metaphoric language.
Yeah. Eileen, why did you mention, was it Vicky? Bronte, sorry. Bronte.
So for me, I started doing group exercise classes. Well, my mum dragged me along to group exercise classes and I hated them. I hated them so much. And someone was like, you just need to find someone whose music you love and who you just click with. So my mum discovered this lady, Vicky. I'm like, Mum, please stop making me go to the gym. She's like, you need to go to the gym. And Vicky, she wore like a headband, bandana. She used to wear these harem pants. This is maybe like 15 years ago, teaching spinning in a pair of bright purple harem pants. She was northern, so where we're from in the UK, like a northern accent, like so broad. She had this big tattoo on her back and she just played this like rave music. I was like, yeah. And she just was bursting with energy. And I was like, this woman has bought the club in the studio. She's just amazing. And from there, I was like, wow. Like if I never met Vicky Banks and experienced group exercise in that way, would I have gone back to a class again? Probably not.
Nice.
So I guess for me, that's where everything changed.
Yeah. Lula, who was it for you?
Was this before Les Mills or in Les Mills?
Before Les Mills.
From a fitness standpoint?
Yes, you're diving deeper into the question. On a Saturday?
Oh, honestly, I kind of grew up as a kid in like that Jane Fonda era.
Yeah.
With the hair and the leggings and stuff like that. Like jazzercise and step was really big then. So I guess that was kind of like, and that's interesting because Jane Fonda that's really kind of who was it when I was a kid and like who we looked up to. I mean, I guess, with my family, we would watch like the Olympics and stuff. And so I was always drawn to the sprinters and things like that. But yeah, I guess that's it for me, I guess.
Nice. Seb, who was it for you?
Well, I would say like outside Les Mills in the fitness world was my grandmother, rest in peace. She was a teacher of a Buddhist school. And I remember her, like, she took me many, many times to that school. And just I would sit on the back and she was teaching like to these little kids. I was just like remembering like how she was bringing all the information over and seeing those faces like, oh, they want to know more. So my grandmother for sure. And my grandfather, he taught me how to get the sense of music. So I remember like just like dancing with him and getting the rhythm in my body. And I think like from them both, I get like all this that I have right now, like this passion and that just seeing that joy in people. I remember when I was a kid. So yeah.
And then who was it for you?
Oh, then in Les Mills. All right.
No,
I would say,
sorry. I meant then.
Oh,
not.
But Seb, if I
No,
was
because
there
it
for
could have
you,
been
buddy,
and
you carry on.
then. Yeah, that's the language barrier from my side. I'm sorry. Then I'm
From my
throwing
side.
it to you.
We just launched a recruitment campaign, and so that's in circulation right now. And the story came out. There was this gentleman, his name was Anwar, and he was a group fitness manager, GSM, back in the UK. And he shoulder tapped me early on in the days, and he said, I was doing circuit training. I was sort of in between jobs, you know what it's like, hanging out at the gym. And he just shoulder tapped me, and he said, you seem like you're having a really great time. You love this. And have you ever thought about becoming an instructor? And sort of the journey unfolded from there. But the thing that was great, after I went away and did my training, I went back to that gym, and he looked at me dead in the eyes, and he said, hey, if you really commit to your craft, you'll get really good at this one day.
Wow,
and that sort of really inspired me earlier on. Yeah.
Nice. I really liked what Rach said is to take some time to thank these people. You know, like it always started with someone, whether it was in Les Mills or before Les Mills. It's nice because these people don't always know, I think, that they inspired you. Yeah. Okay, let's watch some more.
To get on the stage, you've got to bring your full self, your whole self. Do they have what it takes? Are they going to choke? Are they going to forget their lines? Do they remember all the choreography? Do they hit that end range kick? Do they do that slip? Do they...
Oh my God, Eileen, you look so young.
Hold it.
So young.
We look like a baby.
It's only 2 years ago.
Only 2 years.
2.
That was a cool filming, right?
Yeah.
Only time is going to tell.
The intro is done.
Oh,
We're
the
really
intro,
gonna
the
start
intro.
now. I think this is the second intro, so it's
Just a workout. But I think it's a journey.
that's exactly what Rach said as well when we spoke to her. Then it's not just a workout.
100 is, to me, it's historic. You go from one country, one club, small group of instructors to, what are we now, 20,000 gyms around the world.
Yeah.
And hundreds of thousands of instructors and millions of consumers, movers, week by week, punching
Epic.
and kicking.
I remember like those rehearsals of BodyCombat 100. Having like all the instructors around the world in Studio One. Wow, that was amazing.
Yeah.
Excited. We got some incredible.
Yeah, those classes, I jumped into those. They were incredible, weren't they?
Yeah.
It was like game on in the rehearsal in Studio One, just in, which would be your normal class.
Presenters.
It was incredible.
And they just coach.
Hey Bronte, I'm realizing we are the only two who weren't involved with BodyCombat 100.
We were. What do you mean?
Yeah, we were. We were the support crew.
We were.
The Marlons, we've got the Lulas, the superstars, they're the best of the best. So breathe, just let them do.
Oh my gosh, Seb, you look like you're 12 years old. Wow.
Oh, damn, we got the Lulas. Okay,
I made Combat 100
Oh.
for me for years.
Hey, can we pause it right here? Why do you think that number is like that every release, when it comes to every release, why is the number 100 so intense and special? What makes it so special?
It's a milestone. It's just like all the releases back, like all the trainers that have done those releases, all the people that we have brought to the journey, all the music that the creatives of the music team have produced to like move that program. When you think about 100, it's like, shit, we made it. It's a big number. It's just like, okay, we got gold.
Yeah, nice. Okay, why was it big a big deal for you, Dan?
It's over 2 decades of work. It's the sleepless nights. It's the waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning and, I've got an idea, and running to the gym and putting something on the whiteboard and then going back to sleep. It's the maturing through life. It's the getting married, having children. It's the, packing your bag, unpacking your bag. It's that relentless day in and day out. And it was a really moving, I haven't seen, and obviously, this is obviously like blind audition, and it's bringing back a lot of memories. Like I felt something that a lot of people don't usually say about themselves, which I think is a little bit sad in life. And it's simply this: I felt really proud. And seeing it again now, I felt really proud of that moment. It was a huge journey. I uprooted, I moved from one country to another, all that type of stuff that comes flooding back. And I've been around, since BodyCombat 1, and we're about to film BodyCombat release 108, and that's a long journey. I've been with the business now for 28 years. It's a long time, and it's a milestone. It's more than a milestone. It's all of those little intricate things that I've said, and people have met and been inspired by hundreds of people along the way, and traveled the world more than 20 times. Incredibly privileged to have done that, and seen other people grow up. I've got some friends, that I'd love to have been on BC 100, but they're no longer here with us. They've passed away. And so it brings up a lot of stuff. I thought it was an incredible moment to sort of stand there with so many other people. Like that was the thing. Like, you speak of it in the early days. It's like, do we get there? Do we stand there alone? Or do we stand there and do we take everybody with us? That was that was an honest, hard conversation to have. And to take as many people as we can with us, the grandeur of it, I thought was just such a great decision that we made. It's beautiful.
Nice.
I mean, what do you think? What do you all think? It's beautiful, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I was just like having everything at the same time in one room. Like just as Dan said, like having, I think like for me in that moment was like seeing all the generations together.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. Yep.
Like we talk about, like having our master trainers, having the people that inspire us, then like the generation that it has been there for a couple of years, and then the new ones, and like how all of us were just like getting ready to bring this product out to the world, like with the same passion, same love. That was, I think, like every day, all of us, we cried at least once. On rehearsals, outside, on the room, like we cried. That nice. I was like, my eyes were just like all over the place on the filming.
Especially at the end of the filming, what was really emotional, when you exchanged your gifts then with Rach, and the story with the shield and the sword. I think you can tell about that story a bit better than me, but I think we all cried because it just showed how deep your connection to each other is. And I think it was a celebration of how far you brought that program, and you made BodyCombat what we now think of BodyCombat. When we think of BodyCombat, we think of Dan and Rach. And but you always give us the feeling that we are part of it, that it's not only Dan and Rach. But I think Rach said it before. We're just standing on the shoulders on the people that came before us, and that's what Seth just said. It's like it was so beautiful that there were so many generations, but still you two had your moment where you showed that you brought that program so far, and I think you really outdid yourself with that BodyCombat 100 release, and also with organizing everything. So many presenters.
There was a lot of organization going on there.
The shifting of the stage at the last minute as well. I remember thinking, how must Dan and Rach feel?
And still made it a really enjoyable experience filming BodyCombat 100, making it really unforgettable.
Eileen, for the people who don't know what the shield was, or the sword, what happened there?
I think Dan, you can explain that a little bit better than me. Do you?
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
First of all, I just want to pick up on a comment, because it's a beautiful comment to be on the receiving end, sort of the Dan and Rach. Rach and I have always believed in this one piece, is that people don't come to BodyCombat because it's Dan and Rach. People come to BodyCombat because it's BodyCombat. People don't come to Body Pump because of they come to because the product serves them. And I think when you live in those values, it creates a bit more sort of openness for people to come in. And that's what I'm hearing you will say about it. It's so special and you allow us to do all these different things. So thank you for that. Back in the early 2000s, Taku-san from Japan, a very dear friend of ours, who was a senior trainer many years ago for Les Mills in the Japan region, he used an analogy for us around the sword and the shield. And at that time, it was like, Rach is the shield. You know, she tries to do all the protecting of whether it's the program, the product, traveling on the road, other presenters, and you always need a sword, someone that can lead the way, someone that, you know, can cut through some of the high weeds, and to get the direction and to keep the product moving in the direction that needs to keep moving, because there's always a lot of other programs or products out there that other people can do. And so where I came from in those early days was, we need to make this product stand out. How do we do it? Make it as authentic as possible and bring in multiple martial art disciplines, which meant that we did a lot of training ourselves. You know, we would train very often for 1 to 2 years in a martial arts before even thinking about choreographing any type of movement patterns. And even then, it's such a complex life to live that you might only get one move that can sit inside the product. Years later, when we've been traveling around the world, and obviously, you know, we grow up a little bit and have a lot of maturity change, that the roles had reversed. And so now Dan is the shield and Rach is the sword. And that's, that was where that story came from. And he presented a sword to me at the time. And that was interesting, trying to put that in a suitcase to get that back into New Zealand. But I still have it. I have it in the house. Yeah.
Beautiful stories, eh? And that was shared at the end of the class or something?
Yes, Rach had mentioned it, and then there was some gift giving to one another. It was lovely. It was a moment.
Nice. Okay, from BodyCombat 100 into the next part. Let's keep watching.
And so I think that 100 has become the bow.
You're going to want to do it for the right reasons. You want to do it for the people in front of you. And sure, there's a little bit of ego because you want to be the very best.
Here you mentioned it then.
And it takes time.
I genuinely enjoy it.
Ego drives you somehow as well. Kylie said as well on the last episode.
Yeah.
For people. When I see their faces, when I see how hard
it's that balance again, right? Like the right balance between
how focused and present they are. I genuinely enjoy that.
Really cool. BodyCombat 100. My name is Bas. We want to shoot a real honest. My name is Bas too. Real class, so I'm out now.
Yes, Bas.
Started because it's really easy for me to see other people's strength. I just want to have a run through. We might have to do that on your camera.
That's actually really interesting to see as well here that Bas is front and back the camera as well.
Yeah.
He's the boss. He's the boss.
I've been with Les Mills almost 20 years now. Almost 20 years with the same company.
Bas is a really good presenter. Like, legit. You teach very, very well.
I would have never expected that this would happen. I feel so fortunate and grateful that I've been able to...
Can we stop right there? Yeah, there you go. Do you mind if we swap roles a little bit on this podcast for this minute?
Let's go.
Oh, yes. So we just have to hear that, of course, you're also performing in front of the camera, but as well, you know, like you are a director as well, you know, when it comes to filming. How do you start it? Like, how was this journey?
It all happened quite seamlessly. I never thought, like, I never had this as a goal or something. It was, I've been interested in YouTube and creating videos and learning how to edit and filming stuff and telling stories. And then that was noticed by Les Mills and some people, and they saw an opportunity for me to create some content for trainers at that time. And it sort of just happened from one step to the other. Then we were actually the first real director thing, because all the first stuff was like a one-man band. It was me and my small camera and doing the sound. I was like, yeah, we did.
And your little drone flying in the office.
Dan, I think, and Glenn and whatever. It was fun. But then the first time when I really had to direct was during COVID, when we couldn't, like, New Zealand was really strict.
Right.
So we couldn't get people close together. So all the film crew, we could. So yeah, it was basically me and Amo running around through Victoria Park with an iPhone and a mic under presenter's face. So it happened all quite seamlessly. And from one, the next thing happened. And yeah,
nice.
Now I'm here.
Nice. And you are such a professional, man. Like when it comes to, because you know as well how everything feels, you know, like being in front of the camera. So you have really, I don't know, Bronte, Eileen, what do you think? But that has the right word. Like when you are like stuck in the middle or like you want to do some changes, he goes like, and that's what I needed to hear, you know?
It's really funny because like the whole production crew, they come from like a film and TV background, and they're so good at what they do. The people that we work with, like I always feel all the presenters get all the praise and the attention as they shoot, because we know how hard presenters work for what they're doing. But then there are people in the production team who have been working on the actual filming that presenters are on long before the actual presenter knew that they were going to film on. And they will be working on that product long after the presenter has gone home and focused. So there's so much work that goes in behind the scenes. But they all come from this television background, and I come from the other angle. So I had to learn so much about what it is, what production is about. But I always try to bring in that instructor aspect, like what do I need to see on screen for me to learn choreography from, or to follow along. So that's what I try to bring into that part of the role.
Nice. So what are you trying to achieve, Bas, on all this production behind the scenes, behind the camera kind of role?
I think so. We have different directors, and every director has their own has their strength. So we have Steve and Chris and Monique and myself. And I think everybody comes from a different angle, and therefore comes with their own skill set. Like I look so up to like Steve, who's super creative, who comes up with all these fantastic shots. What I'm trying to bring is just that instructor inside. What do I need to see as an instructor to learn my choreography from, and to move along to a video? And it's always a balance between how do we make it as spectacular and show how good we are as a company, and we want to lead the way in that group fitness space, and keeping it as simple as possible. So there's always one director goes a little bit more here, the other director goes a little bit more here, but I keep taking in that instructor side of things, I think. Yeah.
Nice. So who was like part of our like working together with us? I've done Sprint.
Yeah,
and
the
dance.
first one was Sprint. Yeah.
You have been my director on those filmings.
Nice.
What
I
about
remember
you guys?
Did you direct combat together, I think?
That was it was tone 8 for me.
Yeah. We did a combat together. Well, not a combat, I didn't present, but like
I think you directed that round of BodyCombat 100, didn't you? That 2 Mays ago. Yeah. So for me, that was core and pump.
The only one I haven't worked with, Eileen, was with you. We're not on the same programs, and I haven't directed programs you were in, I think.
Oh no!
Next time.
Yeah, we have to in the future.
Yeah. Shall we keep watching and talk about you again?
Yes, director.
Grateful that I've been able to see so much more of the world. I'm gonna capture some B-roll.
So these are all the people behind the stage, like Richie.
I think you did it.
Tony and Chris, who are amazing camera operators.
I do think there's pressure. Your eyes come to the front, then connect to that main. The pressure mainly comes out of the people themselves. All of these people are very ambitious, so you already have a lot of internal pressure. Everybody.
Yeah, you want to perform well.
And those are the interesting ones, I think.
So what we're doing here is setting up the audience so that they know in which direction they need to run for certain tracks, because it's not always the same.
Oh, I didn't know you did that beforehand.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, sometimes. For tone, we do that a lot. For attack, we do that.
Our goal
Oh, okay.
to planet, that's already beautiful. And doing that with
Go Kenshin.
This was fun. This was the last
to make an impact on
the last filming of 3 or 4 intense days. So the Japanese team came up with the idea of giving some Japanese treats to the camera crew, which was really nice.
Oh, that's really nice.
Just as a thank you, yeah.
They're always so special.
Yeah.
Buzz,
Yes,
did you,
my.
did you direct this as well?
No.
That's your next challenge.
Yeah. We do that in
Multitasking.
but like we'll leave that not up to us. Yeah. Well done, man. That was also so cool that we got to do that as 3 because we really grew towards each other when I lived in Japan.
Nice.
Oh,
Kenshin
nice.
and I, like.
It's just
Okay, Lula.
I wanted
Back
to
at your
know if
place.
I don't know. I guess maybe it's destiny. I don't know. You listen to somebody who sings and you hear their voice and you're like, damn, that person was meant to sing. Like I was just
Nice,
meant
Lula.
to be part of fitness. I guess that's all I can say. It's like when I started Les Mills in 2014, I guess. It's been the only thing that I knew I was always going to do.
I always knew she was always moving. She was always doing something. She would buy those.
Yeah, Lula, I think that's what you mentioned with Jane Fonda and that time.
Yeah.
Was it in that time? Yeah.
It kind of just became secondhand nature for me.
Remember when I put y'all in ballet?
Did you, Lola?
I did.
What is it with mums putting their sons in ballet? My mum did the same thing to me.
Tights on.
Did she, Dan?
They needed more villagers,
Brilliant.
Lula said. Oh, I got 3 at home.
Help me with my kicks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Walk across the stage, me and my younger brother. I'm in school the next weekend. Girls like, yo, did I?
Caleb denied it. He denied it. Hey, Lula,
Listen, you're welcome, children.
Hey, in episode 1 and 2, they are online now, and I've read a couple of the comments about the family dynamics and how much people love you interacting with the boys. So, and it seems that you all get along so well. So, can you tell us a little bit more about your family? And if this gets too personal, feel free to not answer or just make it up. But I know.
Well,
You
So
also
I
have a
have to-
daughter
I have
that
to
we
go-
don't see in the videos.
Yes, I have to talk about Taylor because Taylor's not on here. Taylor lives in Atlanta. And I'm telling y'all, if you all think they're funny, she's like funny times like funny on crack. I'm telling you, she's hilarious. I was like, girl, you need your own show. So yeah, Taylor's missing from this. So I have on.
Yeah, she was in Amsterdam. Yeah, that was really nice.
Yeah.
How was it to see? So you took her to Amsterdam. How was it for her to see what you're up to and what you do on that stage?
Taylor is she's very corporate, so she's very she's way more buttoned up, I think, than I am. But I think she kind of is like the middle son. She kind of holds her emotions in a little bit. She kind of keeps everything close to the vest. But I get these little pockets of, Mom, I'm really proud of you. Or, Mom, this is really cool. And I know that when it comes out, that she really means it. And it really does warm my heart to know that the kids are proud of stuff that I'm doing. It really does. And honestly, we get along to a point, but I mean, that's like parent-child dynamic relationships. But I think for me, I grew up with my children. I had them young. And so I learned a lot along the way, but I love them. And I'm really proud of who they are as people. I really, truly am.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, last time we spoke, you mentioned that it's very quiet now in the house because the boys are gone most of the time. How are you dealing with it now?
It's hard. It's really hard. So it's just me and the dog now. And the youngest decided that he wanted to go to school. So I live in New Jersey. So he goes to school at Baylor. So that's like on the other side of the country. So I don't even see the baby anymore, who's 19. It's really tough because you go from this, I've definitely transitioned into that empty nester, divorcee, empty nester lifestyle. And I'm just like, wow, you go from all of that noise that you all saw in that one episode to just like no noise at all. So it's definitely a relearning process for me. Like, who am I now? Because this is like you live for your kids all these years and you put everything into that. And you almost feel guilty to like
think about yourself. But everyone's like, Lula, it's you. It's about you. It's your life now. And I'm like, but no, but wait.
Yeah,
and
you had that role for such a long time.
Now,
So Lula, what are you doing now that you weren't doing while everybody was still at home?
So I was teaching then. I was teaching 4th grade. And I think the hard thing about moving around a lot with my ex-partner, wonderful job. We moved around a lot, so I didn't really get tenure in any district. So I'd get like a really cool position, and then I'd get replaced by another teacher. So it was really kind of, I bumped around a lot. And then finally, I think after the last bump, I just decided to just do online coaching. And I shouldn't say just do. So I'm an online fitness coach, and which I love. But it affords me the opportunity to have the flexibility to travel with Les Mills, because teaching didn't allow me that. So that's what I'm up to right now. Yeah.
Nice.
Yes, Lula.
I think it's a really beautiful showcase of mother and child relationship, especially when the kids are older. So let's watch a little bit more.
It wasn't me. Where are you going? Where you do this every time?
This is the way I go. This is my way.
We always argue over the right way to go. Always.
Let me drive.
Okay.
Let me drive.
So you're
Are you passing? There's that one. Yeah, this is that tree. Are you passing that tree every day?
I really realized just the other day how much we are alike.
We are.
I was just about to say they are so much like you, Lula.
Like there's
So much.
There's love, but sometimes, there's fire.
Ain't no love.
There's fire.
There is no love.
Nice, Lula. Tell us a little bit about that. So we see the fun things and the banter back and forth. What is the fire?
Caleb and I we are the same. Caleb is he's an athlete also, and he is. It's just like, my dream is to, I'm in Les Mills, and that is my love. That is my passion. That is what I want to do. I want to help people in the fitness industry. I'm an athlete. I train like an athlete. I eat like an athlete. And so Caleb's thing was he was working on going to the NFL, the UFL or the CFL at the times. For him, it was like, he eats like an athlete, trains like an athlete. And, it's just, we walk in the gym and people are like, but because we're so passionate, we're such fiery individuals that, when we clash, we clash. I mean, we just do. I mean, when we get along, it's beautiful. We are two big personalities, but when we clash, we do clash. And that's real.
It's too similar, maybe.
We're so similar. I mean, honestly, we know how to go to our corners when we need to just take a break and a breather from each other. And that's, but I think I look at Caleb and I know that where he gets that from, he gets that drive.
So you understand it as well.
Yeah. I completely understand it. I completely support it 1,100%. Anybody that's willing to go for their dream and just like throw everything into it. That kid, I should say kid, but that young man literally has thrown everything at, trying to make it into the NFL. And it just, I have nothing but the utmost respect for that kid. Like, quite honestly, I love that dude. Yeah.
And that's also what they say they love about you, that you really worked hard for where you are now. So it's beautiful that you appreciate that in each other,
Yeah, we do. I think the kids, I think that it's interesting because I did the raising, when the kids were little, I just gave up my teaching career for a little bit. And then, their dad was a provider and we kind of flip-flop, not flip-flop roles, but we kind of supported each other, with that endeavor. So I did, worked with the kids when they were little. So their dad traveled a lot. And that's why I dragged their asses everywhere because I wanted to do stuff. So, I had to take them along on the journey with me. And I think they saw me want to do ballet. I want to do musical theater. I want to, train with them. So I just packed their dinner up and just dragged them with me.
Nice. You made it work. Yeah. Nice. Hey, you're also training together. Let's watch a little bit of that.
What are we doing, chest today?
You gonna do my chest workout.
I'm doing your chest workout?
Why it's gotta be a competition?
Where do you think I get the competitiveness from?
Period. Come on, competitive mom.
You make everything a competition.
The thing about it is, here's the thing.
What's the thing?
It's just nice to work out together. I don't need your workout. That's all I'm saying.
Lula.
Super sensitive people.
I'm a man.
I love this part, eh?
Oh my God. Is this the episode?
I'm a man. I'm a grown man.
Is this the episode, yo? Is this the episode? Something messes with you.
I love it because I would be able to say I'm not sensitive.
I'm showing off.
I'm not sensitive.
And all that doubt. Lula, next time I should train with your son.
Like, we honestly never work out. Like, please don't talk to me. Let me do my own workout, which I get 100%.
Hold on. My gym time. It's my zen.
I still vote for a camera at your place more often.
Yeah, I
I'm
agree.
telling you, these
I think
kids,
we can create a really cool show.
yeah.
You family need a
Y'all
show.
have got to meet
Yes.
Taylor. I mean, like, OMG. See you 225
Oh,
by 21.
We need to create a poll on our Instagrams after this episode.
18. Come on.
Yes, Mama.
Yeah.
Tell him.
Well, because it's football, like when they try out for those football, like for the teams and stuff, they have to be able to pump like 21, 25 volts ago. Like I've seen them do those, they call them pro days. That's why you're supposed to lift with dudes if you're a female, because that's why you got really just pushes you a little bit more.
Nice,
You're
Lula.
so strong, Luna.
Ooh, hey!
Yes, Lula.
I can't do what he just did, but pound for pound, it's not bad.
Yep.
Nice. It must be nice to do something together, you know?
Yeah.
We
Inspiring.
never lived together. That was just for TV.
Okay. Well, keep us in the
Yes.
illusion, please. Keep us.
Queen-
This
Queen
happens
of
every
England.
Tuesday.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
we're best friends.
Yeah, nice.
Plum.
Bronte, we're at your place.
Please.
What are we feeling?
Choosing between
Bit-
tops.
Big bruise? A big bruise. Where does my brain go sometimes? Or
Bronte, you literally could wear a bag and you still be beautiful. I swear.
Hey team, when
My
Bronte chooses
brain.
between two Adidas tops, this seems like the perfect time for our rapid fire questions from our friends from Adidas. Here's the deal, okay? I ask a question, I call out a name. The first answer that comes to mind goes.
Wow.
Cool? Cool?
Yes,
okay.
sir.
Favorite class to teach? You can only choose one. Seb.
Body jam.
Eileen.
Body balance.
Dan.
Combat body pump heavy.
No, only choose one. Body combat.
I only chose one.
Okay. Lula.
Tone combat.
No, only one. Only one.
Cheating.
Bronte.
body pump.
Body pump.
What about you, Bas? Say it. 3 to 1.
Grit.
Move?
Or no, born to move. Born to move.
No.
No.
Sorry.
Okay, grit. Okay, grit. I'm happy with grit as well. Here's question number 2, brought to you by Adidas. What's your favorite Adidas training gear at the moment?
Oof.
Drop set 4.
Seb, drop set 4. Bronte, can't say drop set 4 anymore.
Oh.
No, you can. You can.
Those. No, we had a cheeky sneak peek at something which is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Seb and I. Can we say that?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the actual name of that shoe, Seb?
I don't remember, but it's the best shoe ever.
It's an advanced drop set, so it's locked in the way that a drop set is, and it's flat the way a drop set is, so you get really stable. But it's got like sponge and bounce, so you can like rebound, like jumps.
Okay, nice. When is it coming?
I think June
Later
time.
this year.
They are hands down the best, knock everything out that we've had so far.
Yeah.
Eileen, favorite Adidas training gear?
I think it's the all me leggings because they are so comfortable.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Lula, do you have one favorite?
I love them Spezials. How do you say, is it Spezials, the Spezials? That training shoe?
Yeah, the shoe? Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, me too.
Yes. So good.
That's my favorite
Yes,
shoe.
because it's just so flat and basic and wide.
Yes.
Nice. Dan, do you have a favorite?
I'm so basic. You've all got like these fancy names. There is this trainer that Adidas do, and I think it's called like every day or everywhere, and it's like the cheapest shoe that you can buy.
Nice.
But I walk in them and I train in them. Like, they're so easy for me.
Nice.
Give me shorts and a t-shirt. I'm a no-brainer. I don't care.
Nice.
Yeah.
My favorite are the shorts for guys with the print on it. The I don't know what it is. Panther print.
The
leopard. Yeah. But I only wear it in my home gym. I haven't dared to take it to the real gym just yet.
Come on, Bas, show off those cuts.
Here's question number 3, brought to you by Adidas. We're teaching so many classes, but I know everybody has a few that stands out from over the years, right? What has been the best class ever taught by yourself? When and where?
Oh.
Eileen, coming to you first.
Body balance, was it 107 in Berlin? It was just a really special one and probably the most emotional one.
Okay.
I taught because my parents were there and was their first time seeing me at filming. So I think this was, I don't know if it was my best one, but it was the most special and emotional one.
We changed it. Most memorable one. Seb, I saw you nodding. Do you have an answer?
Yeah, but before that, comment on Eileen. That day, Eileen made us all cry in that video. Everybody watching, I think we were like, that was really, really emotional, like what she said. Okay, for me, BodyCombat, Les Mis experience Portugal last year. And I remember, you can watch it on my social media, on my Instagram. I have a video of that because I share something really personal from my life, from my grandmother. It reminded me so much on that song. I started crying and I could see people in the first row having the same emotions that I had.
Nice, so you shared that emotion.
Like, yeah.
Nice. Do you have a favorite or best class at Bronte?
So it's not from a presenting. I guess one of my home classes, I love bikes. I love sprint. And I remember one particular gym, it's like an absolute sweat box, like sweat down the walls, sweat from the ceiling. And it was a sprint 24, but it's just one of those moments where everybody is just in it together, like embracing the sweat, the rawness of it. And I just remember this one particular class of just go from beginning to end.
Nice.
Yeah, that's like a home club back in London. But
nice.
Yeah,
nice.
That's
Then
an
do you have a
incredible
favorite
memory
one of all those classes you've done?
Yeah, and I'm pleased that we've switched it to memory because
nice, yeah.
all
it's
the
not
filmings.
Always the best class, yeah.
Yeah. And so there was a time where, as a business, we made the brave decision to do an off-location shoot.
Yeah.
And we chose the South Island here in New Zealand, and just outside of Queenstown, and it's completely stunning. So that release number is BodyCombat release 80. And we're up in we're sort of up in like a glacier. There's a little stage that's sitting, on the top of this lake. You can only get there by a helicopter. It was really challenging going through all of the working with Doc, making sure that what you take up comes down and you look after the environment. It was an opportunity to show the world with the drones. And you see, I think in one of the introductions, you see we're standing up on a rock and you see a bird.
Yes,
you see a Kia sort of fly, and I think that was one of the times. It was an incredible release. So for all the Les Mills Plus users dialing in, go to search up BodyCombat release 80.
Yeah. Lula, do you have a favorite?
Honestly, it was this past Monday. And the reason why it was a favorite, it was a Monday night when everybody comes in after work, blah, blah, like struggling. It was a 6:15, 45-minute body comp class. And it was the lunge shoulder track, which was really hard. And I warned them, go ahead and go light. And I knew I couldn't get through it myself because I had just finished back biceps. And I knew I was going to struggle. But they were struggling too. And so I said, you know what? It was the first half. And I encouraged them, drop the weights, but just keep your arms moving. Maybe you focus on the lunge. Maybe you focus on the upper body. You just let's get through the set. Second round, I said, okay, we know what to expect. I wanted to get through because I wanted to get my training in. But I said, let's do this together. Yeah. And I promise you, I should have went on Instagram and talked about it because I was so moved. I wanted to cry. Like we all got through that thing together. Everyone had weights in their hands. Everyone did the lunge part. Everyone did the shoulder press. And I said, let's do this together. And I can't explain how
shared
that was
experience.
for me. But it was a truly shared experience. It was a hard training moment. Nice. And I said, you know what? You proved you could do it. And they were stunned. And you could tell in their faces how proud of themselves they were. But I was like, I'm so proud of y'all. Y'all got me through that shoulder trap. Nice. But that's what group fitness really is. It's not, it's like, I'm like, nobody can do this by themselves, and we do this shit together.
It's the shared experience.
That was dope to me. Yeah. That was dope to me.
Hey, can I share a really funny story about that filming that Dan just mentioned on the South Island? I've been, how professional our production team is. There's so much that we have to think of to get a filming done. There's you can't even think of it and somebody has thought of it and got it done. But it's also a human job, so mistakes are made. So imagine we take all these presenters up to where nobody could go, you had to go there with a helicopter. We helicopter all the production unit up, the cameras, the gear, the stage, everything is there. Everything is ready. It takes ages to get there. And then we're ready to start filming Body Pump. And then we're like, okay, now we can go. And then, hey, where are the bars? Where are the Body Pump bars?
Yeah.
And then we brought everything up that mountain, a porta potty, or how do you call that? Like a portable toilet. Everything was there, lunch for the crew, but not the bars. So we had to get somebody traveling from Auckland to Queenstown, putting the bars in the overhead compartment.
Who got fired that day? Who got fired?
No, it was like an honest mistake. Like these things happen. But it's a really funny story now because everything was ready. Okay, where are the bars?
Bus, at that same filming, buddy, there was one of the shout out to the camera team. I forget which one it was, but they got stuck trying to get the perfect shot. And what they had done, and a lot of presenters don't know this, but they'll be up in a tree. And on this particular occasion, they had gone underneath a rock because behind a rock there was a gap that has sort of like this upward angle shot. And it was a beautiful shot. And they got stuck. The camera was fine, but they got stuck and they couldn't say anything about it. So that person was there for like 45 minutes is the story going, I don't want to make a scene because we're recording. I can't do anything.
And the presenters are doing their thing. Yeah.
And this person's going,
we should have a podcast around all the fun stuff that happened during filming because we have a lot of anecdotes.
They go out of their way to get the shot. They're such a great team.
Yeah, true. Wow. Like they're real professionals. It's really, I feel fortunate to work with all of these. Hey, here's question number 4 brought to you by Adidas. If Adidas would make your dream custom design, what would it look like? Seb, I need to go to you first.
Oh God. Okay. I love jackets. And I would have this really exotic, full of color jacket with gold and with, I don't know, something else. They look expensive. I would be like Adidas training, Moncler, Prada, Gucci, all of at once.
Nice.
Oh.
Nice. So it's a limited edition as well then, probably.
Yeah. And it has my name really big.
On the inner lining.
No, outside that everybody can see it.
Of course. What's yours, Bronte?
All black, and a top, a neckline that's cut like a halter neck. Yeah, like those cuts are so good for the shoulders.
Nice.
A little crop, something that makes you feel like
black on black was really cool, right? Remember that they had those colorways in the shoes a couple of years back.
Yeah, black on black on black, slick, smart, job done.
Nice. Eileen, do you ever did something come to mind?
I would love to agree with Bronte because I actually always love to wear black or white too. Nice. But I was thinking maybe less branded shoes and shoes that are versatile, so you can wear them in every class.
Nice. So you can hop from one class to the other. Lula.
Does it have to be training gear, or can it be like?
It can be anything you want.
I don't know.
Because
Like
now I'm curious about the not training gear.
Like all the like I love the Adidas original stuff. Like some like a fitted white top and like some flowy white pants, and like Eileen, I'm gonna have to go with the Adidas branded white shoe with like black writing in it, and maybe you know how like that Y3 line looks, something Y3 but like on a whole nother level. Yeah,
Yes.
but like see, like I love black, but like white with just and like some flowy pants with just that.
Nice. Dan, do you have a idea there?
Taking a leaf out of the book of Born to Move, our youth program recently, the one that you all created. It was for kids by kids. So kids came up with the music and the choreography, and I thought the outcome of that was really interesting, really vibrant, and quite creative. And my daughters were involved in that, so thank you. I'd quite like to see, for kids by kids. I'd like to see a really nice for kids by kids Adidas range. I think that would be really interesting.
Hey, Adidas, if you're watching, whenever you have your next brainstorm session, you have 6 candidates that are happy to join in. At least 5. 6. We can all join. Question number 5 brought to you by Adidas. Rise gives us this beautiful look into all of your lives, but it's also a bit of a competition. So who do you think is going to win?
Oof.
But we have these rankings at the end of the episode as well, right? Where the assessors scored the performances of all the people involved in the show. And eventually there will be one person that's on top. Seb, you go first.
The T. Okay, I'm gonna get okay. Let's just like be real, right? Like we are doing this. We love what we do. We put a lot of effort in our lives. We have this dream. I want to get to that dream, right? It's a community, but if you're talking about competition, of course, somebody has to win. That's the reality, right? So I have 2 answers.
Okay.
The first one, because I believe in myself, because I trust in my process, because I keep working really hard. I want to keep giving voice to the people. That sounds like a pageant kind of like moment right now. I would say me.
Okay.
But if you couldn't say my name, because it's going, like in this way, someone that really inspires me a lot, and somehow I feel connected with that life, Lula. You remind me of my mom.
Nice. So we got Seb, we got Lula.
Yeah.
Lula, over to you.
I'm gonna take a page out of Seb's book, just like Dan said. I have to say Lula Slaughter's gonna win because we gotta believe in ourselves.
Nice.
This is really hard because I'm that person that thinks that everyone has something super special about them that makes them stand out, that makes me love them, that makes me want everyone to win. So I guess I'm gonna have to go with that. Or is that not good enough for TV? Because I really do want everyone on this team to win. Like, honestly, truly. Because we all work really hard. And I really hope that comes across to the, to our instructor, to the instructor community, that we work really hard to present things, a product for a company that we absolutely love. Like we love the creatives. We love Dan. We love Rach. We love you, boss. We love Mark. We love Billy. We love Cry. Like we love Kylie and Jackie and Philip. Like we love this company. I mean, and we get to interact with this company. And so we all work really hard for something that we really love. So I really have to say, and I know people are going to be like, wah, Lula.
No, yeah, Lula, that is not an answer to my question, but it is a beautiful answer. So maybe we're just going to leave it at that. Unless Eileen, Bronte, or Dan have somebody like, this needs to be said.
No, I would hijack off the back of what Lula said. Like,
Beautiful.
I just think for us we all work so hard. Everybody in life, like lives, and everyone goes through stuff. And how you show up yesterday, how you show up tomorrow, how you showed up like it's constantly interchangeable, isn't it? Depending on what's going on in life right now and where you are in life right now. And the people that come, they're a constant, you know, I just think, but we keep stepping up and we keep leveling the bar, and we do that. It's not about us. We've said this a lot. It's not about us. It's about something far, far greater than us. So to be able to have, you know, this space where we are able to keep giving and to keep showing up alongside, you know, such incredible people, all of whom Lula's just listed. Yeah, okay, maybe it sounds a bit wow, but in itself, that already feels like winning. Like that's amazing. It's amazing.
Yes. I love that answer. I think question 5 was a bit of a tricky question, but this concludes our rapid 5.
Now I feel like an asshole. Come on, team.
No, you had a beautiful answer too, Seb. You said you spoke about believing in yourself, which I loved, and you mentioned that you look up to Lula, which I also loved. So beautiful answer there as well. I'll skip question 6, I guess. No, there were only 5. Let's watch. Let's continue watching then.
Although that's kind of giving me, it's giving 70s
Bronte.
The flower.
It's giving.
Brush. It's giving what?
It's giving 70 retro vibes.
Look at the shoes.
My brush.
This is me. This is the brain of ADHD.
What's done with that brush? This is my.
You know what I wanted to tell you, Bronte? I literally tear AirTags on everything.
I've suffered.
AirTag bag 1, AirTag bag 2.
AirTag.
AirTag on a water bottle.
I haven't been able to train how.
Look at these lot doing this to me in my hair. Justin.
So my body, it's not its best.
Hey Bronte, here you're speaking about your shoulder injury for the first time.
Predisposes injuries is when you increase your training volume. These guys train a lot. I mean, they train as much as professional athletes.
Because this has been a real journey. This shoulder.
Most athletes are just focused on performance.
How's it now with your shoulder, Bronte?
My shoulder's so much better than it was. I think I probably have to live with, I don't think it will ever go back to normal. But yeah, I mean, there was a point, I couldn't put my hair up. I couldn't change my gear in my car. So yeah, like I'm 2 years on. There's so much I can do. There's just certain positions or things that I'm aware of. It crept up in sprint last round, which wasn't even aware. And I think it wasn't until the day that we hit like the day before filming that we were like, hey, this shoulder's coming forward. And I'm like, damn, I'm not even moving the arm. And it's crept in.
Do you know what triggered it? In the episode, you say you weren't sure, you ramped up your training, but you weren't really sure then. Do you know now?
So, no, I think it was the first time coming out to New Zealand, and we touched upon this earlier. I ramped up my training. I think going back to that whole body image thing, I had jumped on something online for the team in the UK, and I saw some really awful comments about myself and about my body and about my body image. And I was quite new to the team at the time.
What was said, Bronte?
So there were people that had said, who we were doing on Facebook Lives, and somebody said, who is this girl? No idea why we'd want to do a, Facebook Live with her. Apparently she's a new presenter. What does she present? Definitely not any of the strength-based programs. Her body's too flabby. Her body's too fluffy. Definitely doesn't.
Wow.
And yeah. So
what did that do to you? How did you feel reading that? Or
yeah, it's not nice. I was brought on the team for Body Pump to see a comment. Who is this girl? What does she present? Definitely nothing strength based. She's too flabby. She's too soft. She's too fluffy. And I'm like, damn. And I've been brought on for Body Pump. So I guess 2 things really. Like that was some years ago. And I think maybe the shoulder injury was, you know, these things happen sometimes to teach us lessons. For me, I think probably I did default into, well, there are these comments I've read about me online. I've got this amazing opportunity to go to New Zealand and film. I need to do some work in the gym because I need to look a certain way in order to be taken seriously, in order to be respected, in order for other instructors to feel that it's okay to learn from me. If I don't fit that box, then they're going to write me off before they even get to know me. Teach a high volume of classes, like a lot of us have a job as well as. And I think maybe I got to a point where I couldn't train, even if I wanted to. So, but filming was still continuing on. So I guess I had this choice to make of, you need to accept who Bronte is for who Bronte is, despite the way how Bronte looks. So I almost think maybe in some way that this was a lesson. Had that not have happened, then I'd have just kept pushing, striving for something external. And it's not about you. It's not about how you externally look. It's about the work you do internally, how you keep showing up, how you shift and you change people's lives. And that's an internal, that's a heart thing. No amount of muscle and how you look can show up for people in a way that you internally can. So I think it kind of taught me to stop, to pause, to dig deep about the value that I bring as a human being aside from any looks. So now I'm at this balance where I'm like, yeah, I like to hit the gym, I like to teach my classes, but Bronte brings far more than that.
So you found a right balance there?
Yeah, I would say so.
Can I bring it back to those comments that we sometimes read about ourselves? How does the rest deal with that?
You don't read the comments. I don't read the comments. I mean, I was looking at we got some wonderful comments from the episodes from the series, and you know, some were most were amazing, but you know, my eyes go to the ones that are just like, oh, really? And I'm like, you know what, Lula, get off the comments. Just get off the comments. Get off the comments.
I think that was the first thing that Diana said to us when we started in this journey. Don't read the comments. However, I have to be really honest, like it's really hard to like ignore when there is a lot of noise happening. You know, like in my case lately, so as you can see, everybody's seeing this, and I have a mustache. And I started doing this. It's not about like, you know, like six pack of I look bigger or smaller. But just because I'm changing something, I don't know sometimes what people think that they have the power to comment or like say if that's okay or it looks okay on you or not. Like I have like in the last couple of events, people approach me and they go like, oh, Sebastian, what's that? And I'm like, yeah, I changed something on my appearance. So what? Oh yeah, I don't know if that looks okay on you. And what it goes in my mind is, first, who do you think you are that you have the power to comment and, you know, like say if that's okay or not? Second, I haven't asked for your opinion, you know? And I know it sounds really hard, but I think like there are many opportunities that you can actually like kind of like get in conversation with people, but that gets them really upset. It's upsetting when the people come to you and they think they have the power to decide on like how you look or not.
So how do you deal with it then?
Oh, literally, like I'm trying to understand where the comments come from. Like, what do they want to achieve?
Yeah.
If they want to like upset me, like generally, or if they are just like maybe trying to, you know, like connect in a certain way, and then it comes out like maybe weird. I just go like, yeah, that's me. I like it.
Okay.
And then you see like how the reaction is like, oh, yeah, sorry, you know, I didn't mean in that way. You know, like it's just showing up then that it's my body. Like, this is me. It's my, like, here, you know, like, it's what I think, what I like. Because it's on my body.
Yeah. Hey, Dan, do you have any experience with that, like harsh comments or like internet bullying? Like, when is it bullying? When is it just a harsh or inconsiderate comment? Yeah. What is your experience like?
Yeah. I think because I've been around for such a long time, you know, I think before social media was even a thing, right? Yeah, people had to be brave and come up to your face and have those conversations.
I can imagine happened way less then it happens now. It's so easy to type something. It's so much harder to actually do the job that people criticize you for.
Yeah, I know, right? And so, however, in saying that, I have mentored and coached a lot of people that have gone through it. And I think there's, what I call the Dan's pendulum of life theory, and there are certain people that come into our worlds that sort of swing our pendulum one way, so much so that if they weren't in our life anymore, they would create quite an impact the opposite way. And so when I go through coaching modalities, it's like, well, how much of this is that person influencing your life? I'm not really. Well, so then not allow it sort of take you swing the other way so much, which a lot of it comes back down to self-worth, self-confidence, and look, do you believe it? And so, do you have fluffy muscles? Do you feel a little bit out of shape? No, if that's not true, then, let's not take that mindset there. I know it is easier said than done. And a lot of it comes from a place of, how you judge yourself, how you value yourself. It's easy for me to sit here right now and say, let it bounce off you. We all have our own internal dialogue going on, but it's important to know that, is it true? No. Seb, you look awesome with a moustache. So.
Yeah.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, and there's sometimes some truth, even in a nasty comment, really nasty, badly written. In some cases, there is some truth to what is said. Not always the case, but maybe that's a good first thing to analyze, right? Is there truth in this? If there's not, I just think that it's so, you're right, Dan, it's so easily said because we all understand, these things should not affect us. We all understand that. It's not easily done. And especially that the first one, I think the first few, luckily I don't have to deal with this so much, but there have been times where things were said that were unfair or untrue. The first ones get to you because you don't expect it or something. It comes out of,
and nobody knows what you're going through, I remember we were together with Bronte, one of the filmings, and somebody mentioned something about, the physical look, and Bronte was going through maybe some, let's say, insecurities at that moment, if I might say, and then, it was kind of you don't know, why you are dropping this stuff in there. Maybe it was just trying to be funny, but you don't actually know what that can create in a person in that moment.
Interesting topic, eh?
I think it teaches you a lot of acceptance. This is who I am. You've got to be okay with who you are. Yeah. So when these comments do come your way, that's okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
And it's what makes us human. We've all got flaws.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And that's beautiful. Lean into it, believe it, love it.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's I love what Kylie, Kylie has taught me this, where she said that, in the morning, you create this bubble around yourself, whatever we do to ground ourselves in the morning to get ourselves prepared for the day. And, she said that we don't have to take on other people's energy either, that's up to us. Someone can have a thought and they can totally have an opinion and you can go, yes, but also I choose not to take that on. And it takes a while to get to that space, but it's self-love. I'm still working on that, but it's, everyone has a right to say what they want to say, but if it ain't got nothing to do with you, ain't got nothing to do with you. And I'm not going to take your energy. You can have that. That's a you problem. That's not a Lulu problem.
Yeah. So true.
That's really nicely said. What I remind myself of is that you can't be everybody's cup of tea.
Oh yeah.
I don't like all classes that are taught. I don't like all. I kind of like everybody. That's a bit of a problem as well. But there are some presenters or instructors that I like more than others, and I would go to their classes. Yeah. The thing that I sometimes struggle with is even if I don't like a certain instructor, there's no. I wouldn't necessarily reach out to that person. I would focus my attention on the stuff where I want. If I don't like the bakery in the corner, I don't complain about I'll find another bakery, you know. But yeah, I understand that not everybody does that, and it's sometimes tough to deal with. Especially for the outspoken people, I think, amongst ourselves, you know, like the people who with a big personality or a specific way of teaching. Yeah, like you will see a lot of people absolutely loving that, and there will also be people who don't like that. Yeah, very interesting. Not always difficult to navigate. Not always difficult. Not always easy to navigate.
Always.
Yes, not always difficult to navigate. Maybe that should be the slogan for the next week. Not always difficult to navigate. Just go with it. Let's keep watching the series, team.
Focused on performance, but these guys are judged on how they look.
You know, I'm going in 2 weeks to film in May. Yes, there is an element of, you know...
Bryce just said, or is about to say, that athletes are usually judged on their performance. We, or you, are judged on your performance and the way you look while doing that performance.
I would love to rock up and teach my class. I could just roll out of bed. But there is an element of it's work, and you have to be professional when you go. These guys, they were talking about, like, do you put makeup on to teach? And I'm like, if I go and train in the gym for myself, I'm like, whatever. But teaching a class, it's you're still in that professional. See, you kind of got to look half professional.
That we don't know about, or something that's niggling, and then they get off a long flight. Again, their training volume goes up pretty high when they're here because they're building up and rehearsing. And then
it must have been hard to get through that filming week, you know, like.
Yeah, like I've had.
Because it's
yeah, I had 2 injections in that shoulder.
Oh wow!
This is like 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
Like, thank goodness we're in a good place now. But
Is that a consequence of it? I got to a point where...
Yeah, that was rough.
My arm over my head in October, let alone put a bar with no weight in my hands.
what we've found with our surveys of injuries with instructors is that those who are doing...
Oh, that looks strong, Seb.
Basically just can't do anymore.
Come on, psychover.
Yeah, I wanted to pause really quickly there because I think Bryce is saying something really interesting that is easily overlooked when you're just watching the episode. So they basically did a research, Dan, you're familiar with this one as well, where they surveyed a lot of instructors and they asked for injury history. And they scaled it into like how many classes people were teaching. And what they found was that the people who were teaching a lot of classes were not necessarily the people that were getting injured because they were already at their max capacity of training. They couldn't really scale up more than they were already doing. They were already in that top bracket. Where they saw a lot of injury... or where they saw risk of injury, not necessarily injury, but risk of injury, were people who were not consistent with their training. So 1 week they did a certain amount of hours, and then the week after they did more or less. So they're very inconsistent. And I think that's where a risk for you could be as well during filming week, because it always feels like filming week is an upscale of your training schedule. Because you're in multiple programs, you're in multiple rehearsals, you have a rehearsal in the morning, then you have a class in the evening. How do you manage your training load during filming week? Do you have any things that you are cautious of or that you implement so you can be fit and not get injured?
I think like recovery moments, whenever you can get them in between rehearsal days, are the most important for me. So when it comes to recovery, it's like maybe going to the sauna or maybe just like, like doing some recovery boots that we also have as well in the office that we can get, or like do some more stretching. So normally what I do, it's literally like trying to take that time and not training as hard as I can during that week. However, being that said, I try to keep my routine.
Yeah.
I don't go like if I
To
if I
not
normally I
deviate
would-
too much.
Yeah, if I
Yeah.
train, for example, here at home, like I teach 2 to 3 days a week, and then the rest I do my strength training.
Yeah.
I will try to keep my strength training when I'm going to New Zealand.
Yeah.
Or when I have filming, just like to keep my body
nice.
like into my routine. Yeah.
Yeah. Eileen, how do you do that?
So I had a call with Rob maybe 1 or 2 years ago, where we went through my training schedule, and he was like, "Okay, Eileen, you need to avoid these peaks."
Okay.
Like going back to that survey they made.
Yeah.
He said you need to avoid those peaks. For example, I have my amount of classes I'm teaching during the week, and then I have to cover classes, and then I coach double the amount of classes I'm usually teaching. And he was like, you need to avoid these ones. So I'm trying to up my usual training plan so it can fit to a filming week or bigger events. So the bigger events or the filming weeks are not a peak. So I already up my training game.
Yes.
So it's not a peak when I'm having like long events, maybe for a week or filming weeks.
Yeah.
And then I try to balance out strength, core, cardio, and mobility.
Nice. So you make sure that it doesn't avoid the dips, or you're avoiding the dips, so it's consistent. Nice. Hey, Bronte, you ended up filming that round, right? How did it go?
I think initially when my shoulder first flared up, it actually started with my neck. I think probably I was more in my head as opposed to, so like beforehand, like I remember getting like a steroid injection, like they're not great. They kind of mask the pain, you get through things. And then when that wears off, actually you're left with this damage. So I remember going through a round of like being on, having a steroid injection, like timing it so long beforehand so that kind of held together. Like taking like painkillers as well that were prescribed from my doctor. And so I guess probably I was more in my head. Like again, like my thing is just the past couple of rounds is just trying to really focus on being present, very in the moment, being as authentic as I possibly can. So I look back now, like, yeah, we're going back a few years now. Probably just one of those things that maybe at the time I just wanted to show up and do the job, but probably I wasn't coming across my most authentic, present self. So yeah, but I guess that's taught me to slow down.
Yes.
Which I needed. Sometimes we need these lessons in these ways.
Yes, and to find that balance that you just spoke about.
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
Find that, yes, nice.
Yeah, like we said, it's bringing the mobility, the stretching, the rest and recovery just as important as the training.
Okay, team. So let's watch a little bit more.
They're really consistent, and consistency is the key. The ones with the medium volume that can go up and down really easily.
Seeing things for the second time makes you understand it better. At least I do.
I love training. I love training for me. It makes me feel strong and empowered as a woman, that I can really stand and own that space. Having this injury has kind of been really humbling. So it's like, what are you going to do? Are you going to not film because you're not in the best shape that you want to be in? And I'm like, Bronte, it's okay for you to be you. And actually, if Bronte's showing up this round of filming, maybe not as lean as she was last time, that's cool because she still does a really good job.
Nice.
That has resonates in so many people being, it's okay to be Bronte. You have said that.
And that's that balance, right? You just spoke about.
And we got ages ago.
Decision to make. Can this person even get through filming based on the injury they have? And yet, could you imagine?
I haven't have so many examples then of people who couldn't film, like
it'd just be
because of an injury or something. It's the exception, I think.
And you can imagine an injury that provides a window for someone else to come in. Now,
what are we doing?
Yes.
Opportunity, and you'd be fearful of
my lower back pain. In that filming, I get injured because of so many kicks that I did. And I think I exaggerated a little bit. And then I was asking Ali, can you please put the Voltaren frame on my back?
Hey, this is the clothing wardrobe, the wardrobe area.
When I turned 49, I was like, shit, I'm gonna be 50. And I go, yeah, but
You can still out jump all the 20-year-olds.
Yes, Lula.
I just want to take all these clothes home.
And what you say? Please make me look comfortable.
I'm gonna cross my fingers.
So this is where we get our clothes for that filming.
You get to that point, you're like, okay, I'm halfway to 100.
I'm halfway to 100.
That's not stopping me at all.
That sounds...
Two, but I have stretch marks because I've had 4 children.
Lula, can I just say, I have pushed for you to wear a crop top since the day that I met you.
I don't have stretch marks. I used to be pissed about it because it categorizes you. It's like as if someone would put a lid on where I can go as a human being, as an individual.
Don't put no lid on Lula Slaughter. You do it.
You'll take that lid right off.
Yeah, I do that, babe.
So you just go, I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna just be filmed in perpetuity with the fat back out and the long ass top.
And a long ass top.
Oh, that's tied. Did you say before?
Yes, please. Right?
Do you like it?
I mean,
Otherwise,
listen, I had to get over it.
That looks awesome. Yeah, that looks great. That looks really nice. I'll take a photo.
And wardrobe, can we just give wardrobe like this shout out ever? Because
Oh my God, yes.
Yes.
They're doing a good job.
They try to do the best that they can with everything that is sent in. We love it.
They have so many guidelines to follow, right? Like Adidas is providing certain gear for a certain range. And then different programs need to fit a certain style, and then individual presenters need to find their difficult word, individuality.
Yeah.
Say that again, just for the camera. Individuality within that range. So that's really interesting. Hey Lula, I wanted to come back to something else you said. And my question for you is, how much does age play a role in the fitness industry?
It definitely, from the things that conversations that I've had with people, it definitely does. I think it plays less of a role nowadays than it did, I guess, 20, maybe 30 years ago. Okay. I think that people are really starting to have a little bit more respect for people that are training well over their, 50s, 60s, because that's just really what the trend is right now. I mean, people are training and training longer and really keeping their training game up. And I think that makes it less of an issue, but I think it still is an issue because we always want to reach out to the younger generation because we know we need the younger generation to carry us through because we're obviously getting older, but from a standpoint of being able to train alongside people that are half your age is not a thing of the past. I mean, it's still very possible if you're keeping your training up. So it's kind of it does kind of play a role, but it doesn't as much as I think it used to.
There's an example that I often give, and it popped up when you mentioned that we were trying to attract that younger generation, and that an easy link could be, and potentially a false one, is that in order to attract that younger generation, you need younger people. And to some degree, that's potentially true. But I think we all have examples of teachers in our high school that we connected with, that we consider as one of the best teachers that we've ever had, that were older. So I always think that if we want to attract the new generation, the next generation, it's not so much about age, it's rather, is this person able to connect to that next generation?
Good point.
Regardless of their age. Does age worry you? Yeah. Does age worry you, Lula, in a way?
Do you mean, does it worry me getting older?
Yeah.
I think when you hit 50, you start to... it's a big number. And I'm 51 now. I think there was a bit of panic in terms of where I was in my life. It absolutely never crept into who I am as an athlete. Because I mean, like, I feel like I'm in the best shape of my life, quite honestly. Nice. So from an age standpoint, it really just made me kind of reflect and then think about, okay, how do I want to move forward now that I am 50? But in terms of as an athlete, I mean, like, I still can go toe to toe with people half my age, and I really am super thankful for that. So it didn't really, affect me. Not yet, anyway.
Do you think, Lula, that age in the fitness industry plays a different role for women than for men?
I knew when you said we was gonna talk about age, I knew you was gonna be asking me questions. I knew it. I just knew you were gonna be asking me.
I'll tell you why I asked the question, but I'm curious to your answer.
I mean, I guess I can't really speak from a male perspective because I'm not a man. So I want to really speak intelligently about just what I know and what I've lived and what I experienced. I think that in the fitness industry, I think men and women are, I think they're looked upon differently for different ways. I think the fitness industry has been male dominated for a very long time. And I really like the new trend of we see more female athletes being in the spotlight, on the camera. We see, a lot going on here just in America with, the women's basketball. And, you look at track and field, you look at all of the different women athletes that are now being showcased that wasn't necessarily happening, 30, 40 years ago. So and it doesn't mean that there weren't some phenomenal female athletes.
Yeah.
It just, their life and their work wasn't being showcased. And, does that even go from a standpoint of, we're not even talking about fitness anymore. We're just talking about women engineers, women entrepreneurs, women, women in general have taken a backseat, I think, to a great degree, in terms of how they're, I won't say just the viewing of their craft versus a man. And that just is what it is. That's just been the way of the world. So if we're in the fitness industry, I like that I see the trend of female athletes really being more showcased because we work hard. So I think that's all I'm going to say about that.
I tell you why I wanted to ask the question, because I when I was preparing for this thing, I was like, here I'll ask Lula's age, and then I thought like, oh, wait up, like I'm not sure if I'm allowed to ask her age, right? Like I don't know, Seb.
I am, baby, because I am proud.
Seb, and then I don't know if you recognize that, but like as a guy growing up, like I was told like don't ask women for their age.
Yeah.
I've never been told don't ask a guy for his age. So apparently, guys' age doesn't matter so much. But then all of a sudden, for women, it matters because we're not allowed to ask.
I just got to tell this story, and I love it so much. It was Marlon and Rach and Taylor and myself. We were on the tram back to the hotel, and Rach, and this was in Amsterdam, and Rach had said to Taylor, she goes, your mom's gonna outlive all of us.
Nice, yeah.
I'm 51, and I promise you, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like age is just some chronological number. It's a chronological statistic, and people feel like you have to adhere to this number, and I absolutely refuse. I absolutely refuse to adhere to it.
Never. Nice.
Does that mean I'm gonna dress like a 20-year-old? Hell no. But I'm gonna train like a 20-year-old for sure, as long as I can.
Nice. Let's keep watching. We're having good conversations, eh? Time to pick the pace back. I have this Game Boy next to me, and like the longer I go, the more I keep eyeing the Game Boy.
Oh my goodness, I used to have one of those.
The thing.
It's cool, right?
Yeah.
I have a Pokeball from
oh, nice.
Know your potential.
Hey, Marlon is talking about how he feels that he hasn't done the thing yet.
Go.
That he feels he hasn't fulfilled his potential.
Such weirdos. And I just don't know if it's that inner child behind me saying, you need to do more, you need to do more.
Taylor said, why he got them chunky dogs?
and I'm terrified.
Oh, I love Taylor.
I think over the last few episodes, it's been really interesting to see that inner battle that Marlon is fighting every now and then.
It's like, does my body of work
Yeah.
be number one?
I love Marlon because he's an individual. I mean, he's really good at what he does. And to me, it's his charismatic personality that brings people into the room.
Nice, Glenn.
You know, and that's, you know, you don't find that every day, you know, and so that's a gift.
Don't you think when Glenn gives a compliment, it really gets to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing ever enough.
It's the way he delivers that.
Yes.
It's like,
Comes from that because my
And I feel like he's a man of few words.
Yes.
So when he shares
says
those,
it's meant.
they have, yeah.
It's colored by that.
Beautiful, yeah.
Marlon gets a buzz out of seeing what his drama and his performance does to that environment. And that's going to be what brings people back.
When I step outside of myself and I look at what they see when they look at me, I'm like, okay, they see a seasoned veteran, but I don't feel that way. I still feel new, and I feel like feeling new will always keep me hungry, and it'll always keep me...
Nice. And that's not age related, right? That's like, you have young people that are very hungry, you have older people that are very hungry.
And to bring a little bit of
Yeah.
hype.
You calling me older, bro? Is that what you're saying?
No, I meant older than you that are very hungry.
Getting up in the morning when you've got an office job is very different from standing in front of a class of 30, 40, 50, however many people. You know, if your body doesn't work, you can't do your job. This is our tool.
Body pump filming. Was that a choreo mistake or was that...
This is my favourite. So it does not matter where you are in your fitness journey,
yes, Bronte.
as long as you are committed.
I do love a clean and press. My favourite.
It's my favorite.
It's my favourite. I love a clean and press.
Fight to keep the elbows out wide.
Yes, Amy Lou.
It's a lot deeper than, you know, I just enjoy fitness.
Yes, Lula.
Woman of colour, being able to be on a stage whereby I may potentially inspire somebody else, even if it's just one other person of colour out there in the world, to move and to show up and to do better and to be better is why I do what I do.
Hey, Bronte, I wanted to ask, what makes it important for you to inspire other people of color? I can see it's important to you.
Representation matters so much. I think wherever you come from, or whatever your background, your sexual orientation, your age, your race, representation matters. And I think I've said it before. Fitness matters. For me, fitness matters for my mental health. And we often as people gravitate towards things, or we do things, we're driven to do things when we see people like us in those spaces doing those things, because it makes us feel like we too are a part of that. And so I guess if you never see that, if you never see yourself reflected, then that's potentially something that you shy away from. And a person shying away from the fitness industry, like, I don't need to tell you guys, you know, the plethora of reasons why fitness is so important. So showing up matters. And this is more than just, I'm talking about this in the fitness space, but this is more than fitness. This is, as people of colour, we go through life experiencing the world differently. Always been on the margins of society where you can't go to a shop and get hair products for your hair. My mum is a white woman. She's never gone to a shop and never been able to buy a hair product off the shelf that suits her hair. Plasters that don't match our skin tone. And Bronte.
Yeah, I see that it makes you emotional, eh? This is a big thing. Yeah,
you know, you navigate through life as a child where things don't quite feel as easy as it maybe does for a friend that's not a person of colour, and you don't know why at the time. So I guess it's that baby Bronte, that inner child. I saw a quote recently that was so proud of growing into the woman that I needed when I was a child.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that a lot of people of colour, that you go through the world experiencing life and just basic necessities in life on the marginalised. And so to make it in an industry and to be within a company whereby a safe has been created, where it's okay to be yourself.
Mm-hmm.
If I can inspire just one other person of colour to also feel included, to feel accepted, to feel like it's okay, how many baby girls are going to grow up and say, when I'm older, I want to do that?
Mm.
Because there are so many things, even subconsciously, that you watch the TV, you watch adverts, you see things, and if you never see yourself represented subconsciously that I want to do that, it doesn't happen. It doesn't come. That doesn't happen for people like me. It doesn't happen for people like me where I'm from. But if we can kind of break those barriers and break those patterns,
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look, there's me, there's Lula, and there's Marlon right there.
What would you have wished that you would have seen more of when you grew up?
The world has definitely shifted and changed since I was born in 91. So the world has definitely shifted and changed hugely, like
Mm-hmm.
Barbie dolls. I never had, all my Barbie dolls were white with blonde hair. The dollies I played with, the programs that I watched on TV. We're in a world now where it's a lot more diverse and it's a lot more inclusive, and there is a lot more awareness, and that's beautiful. There's a children's TV program here that's called, it's about this girl from Jamaica and her grandma. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, wow, that's amazing. Like, I guess to have seen princesses and TV programs, people in fitness. I used to do my mum's exercise DVDs. None of those women in those exercise DVDs didn't look even remotely like me. None of them. Jane Fonda's era, there wasn't people that looked like Lula and me. They just weren't there. So, yeah, to have seen representation as a child, how would that have affected what I felt I was capable of or what I felt I was deserving of? And would that in turn have unlocked a bigger potential of being able to share sooner? I don't know, but I guess that has made one of my strongest morals and values inclusivity. So the way that I show up now in life is that I never want anybody to feel like they too aren't accepted. And I love that that's one of my morals and one of my values, really. It, I guess, helps navigate me through life, wanting to make everybody else feel included too. I can't do this without you. This is a together thing. And I think creating that space that we create, even if it's just one class a week, one BodyCombat class a week people go to of Dan's, one class of, Eileen's that people go to, just one pocket a week where people feel I too am accepted. I think that is so incredibly powerful.
Hey, Bas, I'm jumping off to go and jump in the car. I'm going to go and teach a class. And it's such a beautiful moment there, Bronte, of you sharing. You're incredibly influential, all of you are. And we are privileged to be in a position to take many people on the journey. And what you've done over the years and certainly where you are today is incredible. It's a beautiful, beautiful moment. And thank you. Thank you for all that you've done. Thank you, Bas. Thanks, Eileen, Seb, Lula, for today. I really hope the end of the show is incredible. Thank you for all that you do. This has been such a beautiful project. But take care, and I will see you all very soon.
I wanna stay on this a little bit longer, if that's all right, Bronte. First up, thank you so much for being so open about this and giving us clarity on why that's so important to you. Yeah. The question that I have is, this is such a big thing for you. Do you feel through Les Mills or through your work as a trainer, are you able to make an impact?
I think what we do with fitness and, what we do with Les Mills, that has huge impact. If you are a person of colour that sees us up on these stages, I won't have to have this conversation with Lula. She'll know.
I mean, I get compliments, or not compliments, but comments all the time from Black women that are, in my DMs on Instagram that are just like, they'll just say, "Thanks, sis. I'm so glad to see your face. I'm so glad that you're here. Keep doing it. Keep shot." And it just really, and that was, after the first, BodyCombat 83, Body Pump 112, my Instagram was just flooding with people who, Black women who were like, "Yes, sis, I'm just so glad to see you on camera." And I literally have a couple of clients that are like, "I do Les Mills as a Black woman because I see you in there." You're a Black American, someone who looks like me, someone who talks like me. I'm here for it all day long as I see Lula on camera. I'm not even gonna lie. Those are the things that are said to me. Yeah. So I think the fact that, that there are brown people, that there is a Marlon, there's a Lula, there's a Bronte, just it does resonate with brown people. And I know that when people see this podcast and listen to this podcast, there will be comments of people who say, "I don't see color." And I completely disagree. It's just not true. And I'm gonna get a lot of flack for that. But like Bronte said, representation does matter, because if we had this when we were kids and I'm a 70s baby, I had Jane Fonda was who I was looking up to. I was like, she is dope. There were no Black people for us. I mean, and that's just the way it was. So I'm really happy to see, that the world, like Bronte said, the world, that it is changing, and it really is becoming a place of inclusivity for everyone, for all races, for all creeds. But yeah, for us, because we have been marginalized. I mean, goodness gracious, we have, and I'm glad to be part of the representation for fitness for Black people, because Black people, our people could use a little help and a little knowledge, and we're slowly coming along the way of really changing our eating and our nutrition and really getting into fitness and stuff. And I really want to see Les Mills in pockets of small communities in like rural Mississippi, rural Alabama. Yeah. Well, yeah. I wanted to infiltrate, small island people, so not small island people, but small islands where people have never seen this before. Yeah. I mean, pockets of the world that we just don't know where this thing can, where Les Mills can go, and it can reach, everybody. But yeah, totally agree with you, B. I'm right there with you, girl.
Thank you so much for sharing. What do you want to add to that, Bronte?
For me, so I taught classes for a while, right? And before I kind of, I guess, saw like fitness presenting as a career. Yep. And I taught Body Pump, I taught Grit, I taught Core, I enjoyed Les Mills. And it wasn't until I saw Denise Burr, Body Pump 105,
Denise,
that I went, oh. Yes. Oh. A woman of colour on a Body Pump masterclass. I'd never seen it before. And that for me was a turning point of, oh shit, like if a woman of colour is allowed on this stage, maybe this could be something. I then saw Lula in BodyCombat, and I've said this to Lula before, like Lula in lockdown got me through doing 3 months of lockdown all by myself. That was Lula. But
that sounds like the name of a show already, Lula in Lockdown.
Lula in Lockdown. Nice. If it wasn't for those two women, genuinely, I don't think my path would have carved the way for me to have done what I've done in this presenting industry with Les Mills. But it took just that one woman. Because you wouldn't have tried, Bronte? I was teaching pump. I just wouldn't have thought that was an industry where somebody like me would be able to be on a stage presenting those classes. I'd be like, that's fantastic for them, but I'd probably stay in my lane, doing my thing, teaching my classes in my gym. But then seeing somebody who was like me was where I went, oh, maybe I could do that. This is obviously a company that support, advocate. Let's see where that goes.
So do you feel that you need to have that representation, or is representation important to let people know that they don't have to stay in their lanes?
Oh yeah, 100%.
But let's keep it clear though. Let's I'm gonna keep it a stack, like the young people say. We are part of this company because we add something very special to this company. Like, you know, we train hard. You know, it's not just this isn't they just on the team because they brown. Let me just go ahead and say it, Sam Brand. I'm just gonna say it.
Yes.
There are people that are like, okay, so are they ticking boxes or are they picking athletes? And they're picking athletes. I mean, Les Mills is all about excellence, and there is no box ticking. They're choosing athletes of all races, all creeds, all kinds, which is
and we
why
have heard,
this
and we have heard a lot from that. Like, oh, it's because you are ticking the boxes.
Yeah.
Or you're ticking boxes there. Les Mills is choosing athletes. Boom.
Yeah.
Hands down. Drop the mic on that one. We're going to drop the mic on that one.
Boom.
Is that the flip side that you that people might say that?
Yes.
And what does that do to you?
I did see some verbatim, again, going back a few years ago. And I think initially it was pretty gutting, pretty heart-wrenching. But I think going back to what Lula says, this is a global company that produce the most amazing fitness products. And we are here because we work hard. We continue to work hard. It's not a tick box, work hard, did a masterclass filming, great. It's you continue to work hard. You continue to keep working on your coaching. You continue to keep leveling up physically, mentally, delivering. You keep raising that bar in order to stick around. So it comes back to, I think you said earlier, Bus, actually, is that fact? No?
Yes,
we'll brush it off. And I often think, oof, am I going to get in trouble for saying what I'm about to?
Yeah.
Often there's a reason why people make these comments far greater than us. Actually, it's not about me. It's not about Lula. It's not about us as individuals. What's the disconnect? Where's the lack of education? What's led you to believe that comment to be true?
Yes. And that ties back into the difficult comments that we sometimes read about ourselves. Seeing that it's not personal, but that you potentially are the person that triggers that something for that person also gets you further away from the position, because they don't know you. So they might be saying something harsh about you, or the other flip side is positive about you, actually. That's an interesting thing. Because we like to take in the compliments, and then it's personal, and then this is not... Now, it's actually maybe both not personal, because they don't really know. They just like or dislike a certain trait in you. It's really... that's interesting. But able to distance yourself from it and seeing that it's not personal creates some clarity there as well, or some room to breathe, actually.
Yeah. And that's been a learning for sure. It's definitely been a learning. And I think it's amazing that we have our people. You go back to the why we do this. It's for something far greater, far more special.
Yeah.
You know, what the team do at Les Mills, and that's why we do this.
Nice.
Let that stuff go.
Beautiful, Bronte. Thanks for sharing.
You're welcome.
Woo! Deep conversations going on. Are we ready to watch a little bit more, eh?
Let it go. Let it go.
Let it go, everybody. Do another bicep. We did the bicep.
We always have to
Bass.
remember to be our authentic selves.
Yes, Eileen, come on.
Eileen, there you are.
Honor the people.
Yes, Eileen.
That's beautiful. You mentioned to honor the people that were there before you, us.
And working on them makes you grow.
Hey, Eileen, we've seen quite a bit of you in the last few episodes. You might have not yet, because you haven't seen all the episodes yet. But there's this, we see this beautiful friendship between you and Seb. And it's really nice to hear a little bit more about you in this episode. You're saying here, when you are using your strength, it makes you shine. Knowing your weaknesses and working on them makes you grow. Let me repeat that. One, when you are using your strength, it makes you shine. Knowing your weaknesses and working on them makes you grow. I thought that was beautiful. How have you learned about your strength?
First of all, I have to give that credits to Otto, because Otto taught me this learning.
Nice.
I think it's, when you start presenting on an international level, you have to face a lot of self-doubt, and you have to be really careful to not get into a spiral of thoughts and going down that road. So I think it's really easy to focus on the weaknesses and the gaps, and to always only focus on these ones. So I think you have to learn to really learn what your strength is. And I think you have to learn, because people come up and say, this is your strength. This is your strength. I love how you do this. For example, in my assessments, they always told me connecting is your strength. Connecting is your strength. And yes, I have a good connection to my participants, but when I reflect back, I don't think that's my strength. And I think I have to look at my videos that I recorded, look back on my journey. And I think it takes time to really recognize your strengths. It's a good question. How?
What would you call? What would you say some of your strengths are?
I think sometimes it depends on the programs, but I think it's coaching, because, for example, in Body Balance, people often don't look at you because they're lying on their backs or they're facing the other way. So it's always my focus to coach them in a way that they don't have to see me, but they exactly know what to do.
Yeah.
And then you start to look to your participants, see what they are doing, how they are reacting, and learning from that. So it's always my goal to guide them through a workout so they always know what to do, but at the same time, maybe they learn something every time they join a class. So it takes something away from the class more than just, I did a workout, but maybe I know why I do that workout, or I learned something new about myself. For example, especially in Body Balance and yoga, you have another focus on yourself and your body, and you have the opportunity to get to know yourself a little bit more.
Hey, Seb, you're really close to Eileen. What would you say Eileen's strengths are?
Well, I feel like all in all is she really cares about people. And that's where it comes from, like how the coaching, how great the coaching is, how the connection is. She really cares about people. So for Eileen, it's more about them. The whole time it's about them. Like, what do they feel? What's the state of mind right now? Where do they want to drive you to the next level? So that I would say that that's the biggest strength of Eileen, and that's why like so many people feel connected with her, because she gives that feeling that she puts herself in a second kind of plane, and then people are furious for everything.
Would you say, Eileen, that's a strength of you? I know it's always a little bit like you don't want to come across like bragging, but do you agree with Seb?
Yeah, I think I learned that really early on in my life, that I don't need to be the attention of the room, and I don't want to be. And I always want people to feel good and safe around me. Yeah, I think I'm my parents raised me like treat people like you want to be treated, and always be mindful of how people might feel or think about your words, your actions. Because just be aware of people have feelings. We talked about this in this podcast a lot. So just be mindful, people have feelings. And when you say something, you might mean it in another way, but words have power and actions have power. So just be mindful of, these are human beings with stories. You don't know what's going on in their lives, and they have feelings. So just be caring and kind.
Nice. I saw this quote the other day. Can I recall it? It said something like, "Be kind to people. Everybody's fighting an inner battle you know nothing about," or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I remember like the first time that we were together with Eileen, and that was maybe I don't know if you remember that, but I will bring it up over here. Like when we were together in our presenter casting here in Germany, I didn't speak really well German, and I felt really insecure about that. I felt ashamed because everybody was literally just like delivering like the best coaching, the best cues, and just trying just to like motivate. Eileen was the only person who came that day to me, and without knowing me, she was literally encouraging me and saying, "Seb, you can. Seb, you're able to. Keep going. Trust in yourself." And when I remember that, that was for me the click with Eileen. She was like, she sees beyond, you know, culture, how you look like, where you come from. She sees beyond that. And that's when I say she cares truly about people.
Nice. Seb, in the last podcast that you haven't seen, but when this one drops, you probably have. There's a whole section about not teaching in your own language and how difficult it is. And you having to switch from your mother language to German to English. Like you went, I can imagine your brain sometimes goes twice back and forward.
Yeah.
It's not easy, right?
It's not easy. It's some people think that comes, you know, like with practice. Yes, it does, but it takes time. And it's going back to the comments, like sometimes after like, oh, that's so funny how you pronounce that word. That's also Latino. And like those type of comments, it's like you cannot imagine people how hard it is to stand in front of thousands, or maybe just like going back to the club and just, you know, like try to speak. Like at the beginning for me, when I came to Germany, that was like the biggest challenge. Like I was repeating to myself, Seb, it doesn't matter how you pronounce it. Seb, it doesn't matter how you say it. You have to trust on that and just go like all in. And still I do many mistakes, but it's all about, you know, like it's not easy standing in there and just teaching another language. Like sometimes I have to translate 1-2 times, you know, like I have to speak faster, or I have maybe just like to make a silent just to like think what I'm going to say. Right? So it's been a journey. I feel really blessed that I have the opportunity to do it through Les Mills. But I'm pretty sure that there are so many instructors out there and so many people out there that in their own lives, they have experienced the same.
I always thought that was really difficult. I worked so closely with the Japanese team, and about 6% of the Japanese population is able to speak some form of English. So I always like, I have these people like these people are like, the Japanese team is like amazing. And then sometimes you see that they're judged on their English. Sometimes I think it's difficult because I see the other side. I see how hard and how much effort, and I see all the other side. Like, okay, their English is but their technique, you know, like, or their the way of coaching, or the dedication, or their camaraderie that you might not see, but the way they support each other. I can rave about the Japanese team for the next 35. Let's make that 40 minutes. I'm not gonna do that, but it's like it's almost like the easy one, like just blame it on the language or whatever.
And I think like something that really, like as we say before, like we have to be really careful about like how we do those comments, how do we bring it up. Like for me, it's a trigger when somebody speaks about, oh, your pronunciation, oh, like this way, haha, it's funny. That's a trigger for me because I have worked so hard on trying not to, trying to blend. So everybody seeing this podcast here, whenever you go to other country, think about if you go to China or Japan, and you are, like an external
try teaching a class in
person,
Japanese.
Just try to go there and try to understand what they're saying. Maybe you feel the other way. So like, just try to, like put yourself on a situation that is the other way and think a bit more about how you, like do those comments.
Yeah, but then there's also this thing. I'm for everybody watching. I'm learning Swedish at the moment because I moved to Sweden, and my Swedish is bad at this moment. I can have an easy conversation in a store, and I can talk about my family. But I know that I say things in a funny way, right? Like it sounds Swedish, but there's a thick accent. And at times I can really laugh about myself as well. Like, what did I say? And if somebody says,
skull.
Yeah, I know that. That one was the first one I got. But there's moments where I can't handle it, and it's difficult for another person to know when is it actually fun and when is it not fun for him anymore. Like it's because some things I say are pretty funny. And you should see this podcast in Swedish. It takes 8.5 hours. Okay, Eileen, back to you because we're drawing the attention to us. We're back at Eileen, everybody. Woohoo!
Let's go, Eileen. Yeah.
Some people are saying some really nice things about you very soon, Eileen.
It feels so nice to wear like something else because obviously when you're at home you don't do stuff like this except for when you go to a festival. I'm from Les Mills, Germany, and I am a presenter and trainer, and I'm studying law in Germany.
Law. I didn't know that about you. Yeah.
Eileen, I had no feedback for her. It was exceptional.
Wow.
No feedback from Kylie is really good feedback.
Ballet for 10 years, and then I quit dancing ballet, and I wanted to do something.
Eileen, she said, especially from a young presenter like Eileen, when we're talking about age, how old are you?
The closest.
So when I started teaching, I was 16.
Oh, wow.
And I think in London, I was 22, I think.
Body balance is, the music's lower. There's a lot more space, there's a lot more silence. So to be able to be confident in who you are.
Beautiful.
You are perfect.
Is a skill. And it takes time and years, I think, to develop.
Have we seen that bridge already? There's this one move like what?
From a young age.
And reach again.
Eileen.
Oh my God, you're a baby.
When?
The track, I have so many memories with Bertie in this track.
I don't have the reason why I'm here. I don't need to have the reason why I might not be here in the future, because I'm just grateful for the opportunities and the learnings they give me here. In the end of the day,
yes.
Human. So if we make mistakes.
I love that, Eileen. You say I don't need the reason. I don't need to have the reason of why I'm here. I'm just grateful for the opportunities. Can you explain a little bit more about how you got to that mindset?
So they asked me what I was thinking, why they chose me to come to film. And I was like, actually, I don't know. Because every time when I thought, okay, I'm young, but another person is young too. Maybe I have a good technique. Another person has a good technique too.
Has good technique too.
So there are so many amazing instructors out there in Germany, but also on the whole world. I honestly couldn't think of a reason. Okay, that's the reason why they chose me. And I think I don't really need to know why. I'm just grateful for the opportunities I get, because they open so many doors for me. I learn so much. I get to meet so many amazing people from all around the world. I think that's very special about our jobs. Like we travel the world.
Yes.
We're in the US, and then we're like, oh yeah, I know someone from the US, or to the UK. Oh, I know someone from the UK. I'm just grateful. I'm always a person that likes to plan everything. And sometimes that can hold you back. So I started to let that go a little bit and just learn to be in the moment and be grateful for what I have right now, and don't worry so much about the future. To just trust that life will take me the right way.
That's beautiful. Yeah. I think if you can really sit in that eliminates a lot of the insecurities, right? Because I think a lot of insecurities come from the not knowing. Like, I don't have the exact reason why they chose me. I don't have an exact explanation of what people think my strengths are. But just accepting it as it is. Yes, I'm chosen. And that's all there is at this stage. The hunt for the answers is almost the stuff that drives the insecurity, or can drive the insecurity. Yeah, beautiful. Let's watch a little bit more.
It will be like this, but yeah. So I'm more relaxed than I was in LA. It's kind of more personal. We all would love to be here again and see all the people again.
Nice, Ali.
Teams, and do this again, because this is our passion and we love it. All of us. We're a team.
Any limiting thoughts?
Nice. And then this was
expectation towards yourself.
BodyCombat 100, but body balance.
Yeah.
Eileen, we were roomies this round.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
That was a really beautiful body balance filming.
It was amazing, yeah. Every time I see him doing body balance, literally I cry. Like,
yeah, this was the one.
Yes, get it.
This was like, oh my goodness.
I'm feeling.
This was the first time I taught the Pilates tricks on filming.
Wow.
Okay.
Honored. From the bottom of my heart, to learn amazing things from amazing people. And in this process, with their help, I'm learning a lot about myself too.
Eileen, we get to see you a little bit emotional.
Yeah.
Can you take us back to that moment? What were you feeling?
Actually, I don't even remember that I was so emotional in that interview. So I think the scene was recorded in LA. And LA was a filming where I think my limiting beliefs were the strongest.
Okay.
But at the same time,
what were the limiting beliefs?
First of all, I think it was the first time I filmed BodyCombat.
Yeah.
And I danced ballet for a long time, so body balance is not, the poses.
It's not your background.
Yeah. But and BodyCombat is so different. Like, compare ballet and BodyCombat martial arts, it's like really different. I always was like, okay, body balance was my first program. I feel more comfortable in body balance. I still love BodyCombat, but it was so different. And I didn't know my strengths in BodyCombat, and I really doubted myself. Like, you start to compare to all these amazing other instructors and trainers that present with you. And I look at them and I'm like, wow, they're so amazing. And then you look in the mirror and then you start to doubt yourself because you start that comparison. I think it was that new program, that new environment. I learned not knowing how to trust the process as well. I think maybe the others feel that way, the same way. When you filmed a few times, you start to recognize you have your own process during the filming week. Like, maybe you feel a little bit unsure at the beginning, then you have a self-doubt moment, then it clicks, that everything falls into place, and then you're ready for filming. That's how it is for me. I think we all put that pressure on ourselves because it's such a big product. we want to honor the product, the creative teams that put so much work into it. Then so many people learn with it in their initial training. So you want to really bring your best. And that is a lot of pressure. The thing is then what you're doing with that, how you act based on that pressure. Yeah.
Is that something you've learned over time?
Yes. I think now, for example, Lula, we filmed that BodyCombat last time together. I jumped off the plane. I went straight into body balance rehearsal and then straight into BodyCombat masterclass. And after BodyCombat masterclass, I was really upset with myself because I messed up the choreography. I didn't say my script as I wanted to. And then I was like, okay, we're not getting into these thoughts right now. We're just going to sleep. And tomorrow we'll feel different.
Nice.
Yeah. I think in LA, I would have started to spiral with my thoughts and be like, oh, I messed up, blah, blah, blah. And now I'm like, breathe, sleep.
That's again that example, Eileen, where you don't overanalyze.
Yeah.
You see it as it is. Okay, that didn't go as it should have gone, or how I wanted it to go. You could have come up with all digging into it, but it's a really nice way that you have of no, this is what it is.
Yeah.
We'll try again. Yeah.
But it was a learning process.
Of course.
So I didn't have that in LA. But I think why I was so emotional in that interview, I was talking about gratitude. And I think it's a feeling that I can feel really deeply with my family, my friends, and also in that very moment where I really I almost zoom out and look at the situation, look at the people, and realize how special it is and how honored I can feel to meet these people, learn from these people, get that opportunity to hear so many stories, see the world. It's really, really, really special.
Beautiful. Are you ready to see some more?
Yes.
Let's go. Let's go.
Come on, Eileen.
These people are they're highly conditioned and very, very good at what they do. There's a high level of technical coaching that you can do, and there's still the motivation. But in terms of drama, how do you create drama when you've got a bar in your hands? And it's all through.
I love that question. How do you create drama when you got a bar in your hand
and stuff? So it's amazing that you actually generate drama and performance.
Who's really good at that?
It's static with a barbell.
Jackie
join Les Mills because they want a platform that they can really shine from. So whether it's an instructor or whether you're a person who is wanting to have it be part of your fitness, it's a platform that allows people to really shine, to excel.
That's a nice way of looking at the company.
Role model mean
Renee,
a fantastic instructor inside of your club, and people really enjoy attending your classes.
Coaching to a live audience is so good. It's easy to get caught up in script.
It's hard to describe how it feels to teach to a crowd like that, right?
You had written down.
Yeah.
The concept is there, so it just kind of comes out way more natural.
Nice.
The process is around creating magic for the people who are going to
Yes,
on
Anthony.
the floor or watch it on the
In the last few episodes, we also spoke about how different it is to teach to camera or just camera compared to teaching to audience like we teach all of our classes to.
Love that they have to navigate this whole experience around.
And this is also an interesting comment on how
it's just their lives aren't.
A lot of Les Mills athletes, they still have a full-time job. They study law. They run their own business.
All their lives.
Yeah.
Incredible lives and having
other things to do.
Yeah.
It's about the creation of
but are expected that high-level athleticism
and
in a lot of these workouts.
Yeah.
That was in Amsterdam the first time we filmed in Amsterdam.
comes through in their personality.
That's you. Oh my God, Baz, that's you?
Yeah.
Wow, baby.
They're unique and special people, and you fall in love with them. And
unique and special people.
Process.
am so
All right, Kenshin and Mai.
Kenshin and Mai.
eliteness that they're adding to the grit cardio team this round is just like phenomenal.
Adding to the
They
grit cardio
are-
team,
they
the other
are
part of the grit
amazing.
cardio team was me.
Japanese athletes.
Well, one person. So they added a lot of athleticism to that. But I fully agree. How these two people move.
First time I saw her.
Yeah, they are incredible. The speed in which they move at, the height in
Look at
which they
mine.
jump.
It looks so easy when they do it.
Yeah.
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 Have you been to Japan? Any of you?
I was there in Tokyo last year in Lessons Live.
Oh yeah, okay. Can you tell me a little bit about? Last week we spoke to Maggie about, and she told a lot about the Chinese team. What can you tell us about the Japanese team?
Discipline. That's a team that I really like. When I was there, so I did body attack, lesson score, dance, and body combat.
Yeah.
And every single team on a stage, they were so well prepared.
Yes.
So we have rehearsals the day before, and they were really like, they had everything like script on.
Yeah.
The technique was just sick. Everything was on point. And then I was asking them like, how do you get to this point? And they were just like, we just train. Like, this is the task that we have to do, and we don't go halfway. We train.
Yeah.
Because we want to like make ourselves proud, but also show to the people that the whole team has worked really hard for them to be there.
Yes.
You know? So it was for me, it was really inspiring when I came back, just to see the hard work of every single one. And also, they don't shine as unique person. They shine as a team.
Yes. Yes.
That's nice.
And that's
So
incredible,
recognizable.
to see, like, nobody stays behind. Everybody shines at the same time.
Yeah. Beautiful. Isn't it nice that when you work with all these different teams from around the world that you realize that all these teams have their own character and uniquenesses? It's really beautiful to see.
And I thought like, oh, it's going to be hard, you know, because of the language, you know. And then when I got there, you don't even need to speak. It's just like, it's everything clear. Like, it just happens.
Yeah.
Everything happens, and that's magical. That's what we do fitness.
Lula, I know you need to be going. You need to teach a class.
Yeah.
This is the life of trying to organize a podcast with all people from all around the world teaching 25 classes a week. There's always one or two that need to teach a class, and that's so understandable. Lula, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts, your ideas. Thank you so much, Lula.
Thank you guys. Thank you, team. Love you guys.
Can we see you back in episode 6, please?
Yes, please. Yes, you can.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank
Love
you.
you. Bye.
しました。なんか自分がいることが信じられない感じ。
Who has worked with Mai?
感覚で。
You have
Me.
Seb,
Yeah.
Bronte.
She's the cutest
I-
person. She
She's so
has such a
sweet.
heart of gold.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We're back in Yokohama. Yokohama is the city basically next to Tokyo. That's where Kenshin lives. Yeah, it's
Little
really nice to
Kenshin.
see him with his family, eh?
Yeah.
思ってることがあって、その子供たちが見てくれたので。
He's mentioning that he really liked the filming because all of a sudden his kids got interested in his job.
もするんだなとかっていう。
All of a sudden it was
Oh, what a
pretty cool.
cutie.
まあすごいこう良かったというか、いい経験をこうさせてもらえたなと思ってます。
I feel like Kenshin always smiles. He's always smiling.
Yeah.
Yes.
Always.
Always, yeah.
まあその中で、要はあんまり多くの方が運動を習慣化してくれて
Were you in Tokyo, Seb?
してくれてる方
Yeah.
がすごいこう
Yeah, nice.
ハマってくれる。
Amazing.
Such a
Oh,
cool city,
I
right?
I walked through those bars.
Yeah, yeah.
That's really nice, yeah. It's a tiny, tiny street.
Yes. Isn't it one of the coolest cities?
I think
Yeah.
competition is a good thing
Oh?
because it's
Oh, that was Leah.
competition.
Yeah.
Just like what
Who did you recognize?
as
Leah, it's one of the prisoners in Germany. Yeah.
competition.
Yeah.
How she?
Billy.
Yes, biceps.
Nice.
Better.
Oh.
It's good.
Karana's talking about how competition can drive you to do better.
Or it will bring out desires to the surface, and that might trip people up.
I usually try and find out what is the why first.
Seb, we had a picnic on that beach.
Yes, we did, right?
Is that Mission Bay?
You finish. Some can gravitate.
Can't remember.
That's the island front of.
Because of the attention
you
can get from it, which is understandable. I always go, just remember, people on the other side of this camera, they're wanting this workout. So if you can focus on people first.
It's people first. We came back to that on this in this episode as well.
Could keep coming.
Is that the warm-up, eh? Is that the BodyCombat warm-up?
Yeah.
Just
milestone. BodyCombat.
BodyCombat 100. Eileen, Seb, you've both been part of that filming. What is the thing that really stuck with you from that filming round, particularly in BodyCombat 100?
I feel like it was just the energy in the room. Every single track was so hyped. So like the journey to get to the filming, it was a lot. So like all the presenters from around the world, we were also in multiple programs. But of course, BodyCombat 100 was the main one. It was the thing. It was like happening in New Zealand. We had a different stage, and that stage was built outside.
Yeah.
It was in the rooftop, and it was a huge stage that was meant to be the biggest stage ever in Les Mills. And one day before, production has to change everything because of the weather outside, because everything what happened. So like we thought at first, oh wow, how are we going to fit all these people inside the Studio One?
Yeah.
And we thought that they were filming. That was the best decision ever. You can say as well, like, it was just like, we felt like everybody just like close to each other.
Nice. So did it brought because I remember that it was so hectic.
Yeah.
For the production team as well as for the presenting team. But did it get the team closer? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Nice.
Absolutely. Like not only like being close to each other, but as well, like metaphorically, it was just like being us, like our coaching was on point. Nice. Cameras were on point. People were supporting. Like you could see like all the trainers around the stage.
Yeah.
They were just like hyping you up when you were on stage. That was really, really emotional. And what it is then like for me, I got to this milestone filming BodyCombat 100. The first time that I saw BodyCombat, a BodyCombat release for BodyCombat 50, and Andres Desca, another Colombian, was there on a stage. And that was for me, coming back to Bronte saying representation matters. For me, that was literally the click saying if a Colombian is in there, if a Latin guy is in there, I also have space in that stage. And when it got to BodyCombat 100, I realized, and I say to Eileen, I have the blessing to represent my country, to represent my culture,
nice,
but also teach it together with my best friend. That was for me really just like everything was on place.
Eileen, what was the thing that stuck out for you or stuck with you for you?
So one, the emotions throughout the whole process, the rehearsals, the filming, and then that special moment after filming I talked about earlier on between Dan and Rach. And just an honor to be a part of a milestone like this and to celebrate with so many international people. I think it's when there are a lot of presenters, everyone brings something special.
Yeah.
And I think BodyCombat 100 brought that. The second thing is, I think it was really special to teach with Seb, of course, because we started that journey in Germany here as a presenter together.
And as we now learned from that very first audition for the German team.
Yeah. He flashed me from the first, like he stood up and he was there. Like he filled the room with his, I don't know, vibe. Like he radiates so much energy. I remember that, Seb. I remember how I was like, okay, wow, what's that? That's really special. We stand on stage together, Seb and I, is always like really easy. Like we have so much trust on stage.
You know each other so well.
Yeah, we know each other so well.
We don't need to
see. Yeah, we don't need to talk. We don't need to see each other. We just feel, okay, I I have to jump in now, or I have to do this to support. I don't know. It's just the energy matches so well, and we trust each other so much. And it was really, really, really special. And that move we did, we talked about it like the morning before. It wasn't even planned like the whole week. It was just like, okay, let's try this.
Is it something you did in your track?
One performance that we did,
Okay.
It was amazing.
It was like I can
remember it, Bronte?
It was like a capoeira inspired move.
Yeah.
Bronte, you have not presented on BodyCombat 100, but you've supported the team from the side, and you were there in that same environment. What is something that stood out for you?
There's something, I think if you're someone who gets BodyCombat, there's something that you can't just, you can't quite describe. There's this like, and it would just, I think if you look at like live events that we do, experiences that we do, often combat's put on at the end of the day because they know people will wait for combat. I remember emceeing at the live filming in London, which was the first filming that happened after lockdown. And I was like on the stage emceeing, and I remember these people just charging, nose to the stage. Yeah. And I had Ross in my ear at the time that was like, hey, Bronte, we need to get these people back. We need to move them. Yeah. It was just...
Good luck.
It was insane. People are so passionate about BodyCombat. So times that by like 100. The team have spoken about the history, the hard work, the late nights, all of that passion, energy to just be there, like literally buzzing in that room is maybe all I can say. Like, buzzing at the tips. And all of that, I guess that huge build up for them, you know, standing back as an outsider the day before where the decision was made. I mean, how many shadows were there? How many shadows were there in total? So the stage outside was to hold 100 shadows?
Yeah, I think it was over 100.
Yeah, Dan said something like 100,
So
which
to
makes
go
sense,
from
BodyCombat 100.
We've built a stage fit for 100 people the day before. We can't use the stage anymore. Health and safety wise, the weather, it's not going to work. So there was then almost this moment of, you've got these people that have flown in from the entire world. Like Dan says, there's people that have been there for BodyCombat 1, and this is 100. This is so special. Moment of, does that mean we don't get to film? Like, what? All of that to finally, you know, hit play on that music. It just felt so proud of, you know, like Seb and Eileen and my friends, like watching them up there just absolutely light up. And we've been on this journey of growth together. So I think to see you both just stand in your power, those limiting beliefs gone, and just embrace yourself in that moment is just, you know, such an incredible feeling to see. And for, you know, Dan and Rach, like, they're our coaches. These people have mentored us, like Eileen says, these opportunities. I'm in fear of waffling on too much here. It was pretty magnetic.
Yeah, what I like about what you're saying, Bronte, is that it's really nice to be part of the action, right? But it's also very beautiful to just see it, like witness it happening, and to be more on the sideline for some of the programs. Because you see it from a different side, and you see the beauty from a different angle.
Yeah.
We got a few more minutes to watch.
Marking 25 years of relentless dedication and passion.
Hey, maybe it's that.
Yeah.
Big right.
Tosh.
Yes.
Lula. Eileen, there you are. Seb. Very cool.
Low, stand up.
Oh, this is the track.
Yeah, was the side? Yeah, I think we.
Lula, I remember watching Lula, thinking my God, how powerful she looks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just amazing to see your people just shine.
Yeah.
A kick.
Those kicks.
That jump, like there's. It's pretty impressive,
Yeah. Next level.
Very, very cool,
BodyCombat 100 was next level.
And then we dive in.
Everybody was crying in that moment.
Was that during the filming, Seb?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Hey, and then we're diving into that assessment meeting.
Ooh.
And we often hear like some quite strong feedback.
I see him pushing to that perfectionism, but aren't we looking for someone that's a little more well-rounded and grounded that can dial up, dial down, or are we looking for this?
And often these the people so of course we see snippets of the feedback that is given, but it's often a conversation that these people have amongst each other to find the way of thinking. It's an very honest conversation about what they see in people that they coach, that they admire, that they want to lead in a way. I think it's a beautiful process, and they're coming from a good heart, because I know all these people. And then we're back at the ranking where it shifts every single episode. And with only one episode left.
Oh, wow.
Coming back to Lula's beautiful words earlier in this episode, that it's not so much about this competition, because you get to see all the hard work and effort that all these people put in on a daily basis to get to the place where they want to go. And that in itself is a challenge and a competition. Not so much amongst each other, potentially, more with themselves. And with that, that's a wrap on episode number 5. Can I say thank you to Eileen, Seb, Bronte, Lula, and Dan. We are very much looking forward to see you again soon.